Tom, Norwich versus West Ham United. It's a game which should have less tension around it than it does. Charlie Walsh, aka the man, I don't know, but and Tom, aka Athos32, follow him on Twitter. Tell me, give me the vibes, Tom. Give me the vibes, just as we're about 45 minutes away from kickoff.
Nervous as hell for today. After seeing the lineups as well, which I don't usually do until we start doing this, but I've actually seen the lineups already on Twitter, and I'm very nervous this morning.
So I don't actually know the full lineups because, as Tom knows, I don't do mornings, and so getting all of the new layout.
I didn't go to bed till about 5 a.m.
Oh yeah, I went to bed same time, but you know, you're better at waking up than I am, if we're being honest. If we're being perfectly fair about it. But I was busy getting all the new layout set up. So let us know in the chat. As you know, you were saying, oh, we should have the scoreline, we should have the timer. We've got those things now. We've got those things, okay? So we've got a whole new thing going on. So I'm a bit tired, I'm a bit dazed. So, Tom, when you read the lineups, it will be fresh to me. I've heard Noble's playing. I don't know what's going on there. That's the only thing I've heard. But before we do that, Tom, while you look at your food, longingly Thomas food, everyone. There's a lot of people in the chat having big combos already. I'm loving it. I'm loving to see it. So hello, Irish Tommy, Wacky Studios, Jez, Ben Green, Jez again, Wacky Studios again, Clayton, Hams Down Under, Eric's here, Neil Sutherland, Not Wired That Way, Kevin Power, mate. There's a lot of people. Rebecca, Dave, Ben, Farmer Chris. Charlie, if you're struggling to get a game, I messaged you on Twitter with the one I'm using, Farmer Chris. Thank you very much. I'll have a little look at that in a second. Wacko Gun. But there's a lot of people. Nick Swire. There's a lot of people in there. There's not
welcome. For anybody that cares, I've got sausage rolls this morning.
I'll be eating at some point. My stomach problems means I'm not allowed to eat yet. But when I am, I might have something to eat. I don't know, but I won't be
for those interested. 2 caramelized onion sausage rolls this morning. you breakfast and lunch. Brunch.
You've got to respect it. You've got to respect the northern techers. Okay, which
fuck off.
You're from the north. You're from the north. Anyway,
we had this conversation last night. And yes, I've lived up here longer, but my passport says different, alright?
Your passport doesn't matter, brother. It's what's in your heart.
The south is in my heart.
You keep telling yourself that. Jason Lloyd, thank you. Shout out. And yeah, we've got all the new stuff kicking off today. Let's hope I don't fully break it. I've got a lot of stuff going on my screen. MTB, hello. Alright, Tom, let's get straight to it. Let's talk lineups. Let's talk lineups. As we see the first visage of the Vars of the day. Let's talk lineups. Read them out to me.
Right, we'll go Norwich first.
Okay.
We'll go Norwich first. Tim Krul in goal. Max Aarons, Tim Closer, Jamal Lewis, and Ben Godfrey at the back.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
Shout out to Ben Godfrey, by the way. Just shameless plug. I interviewed Ben Godfrey last year with my mate.
Oh, did you? You've never mentioned.
Yeah, it's such a nice bloke. I'd love to see him at West Ham. A lot of talent. In midfield for them, you've got Tete, Vranic, Buendia, and Steeperman, and then up front you've got what seems, I imagine, unless this is 4-5-1, I'm not too sure on what sort of formation they play. You've got Onel Hernandez and Timu Puki up front. No Todd Campbell actually that starts. I guess that's the glaring name that both of us would think he should be starting, and he's not.
Is he on their bench or is he injured?
He is on their bench. I think he was as Gio puts, they always play 4-2-3-1. You're uncultured. Yeah. I do apologise. I'm not really one. As everybody knows on this stream, we don't do our research.
What do you mean? I research usually. It's just quite early in the morning for me. I mean, having said that, there's 10 minutes until it's the afternoon, but we'll ignore that fact.
I knew Campbell had been injured. I knew he had been injured, and I knew I saw something that said he was back for today's game. I'm going to be in trouble now with people that don't like people talking.
No. I'll talk.
No, it's fine.
I'll defend you. I've got your honour. Okay, you're my co-host. I've got his honour. Yeah, Tom he didn't do his research. It's just poor to see. It's just a poor time to see. Just really is. Yeah, that's probably as expected as you can get. I think what will be interesting is I mean, we'll get onto this with the West Ham lineup, I guess, because I don't. By the sounds of it, people aren't happy in the chat, which means I might be less confident. But they play the style of football that I feel like suits us a bit better, especially away from home. So it's one of those ones where they've got people in place to hurt us. I mean, like Buendia, for example. I mean, they don't have Cantwell, which is a big loss, but you know. What's the West Ham, as people call out, the vase? If you don't know, Tom drinks from a vase. It's just a thing.
How dare they? So for us, one change to the team. We've got Fabianski, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna and Cresswell, who all keep their place. Fornals, Rice, Souček, and then Bowen, Antonio and Noble. Supposedly Noble playing as the 10 this afternoon.
Why not Fornals? Well, hang on. Why does... Okay, chat.
Yarmolenko is dropped for
chat enlighten me. Why does everyone think Noble's playing in the 10? Because wouldn't it make sense that Fornals was playing in the 10 out of those people? Like, has this been said by someone? I don't know.
No, but then who's playing left mid? If Bowen's slotting back into right midfield, Fornals is obviously down the left and Noble.
Oh, that's the point. That's where it is, isn't it? Okay.
So I couldn't imagine Noble breaking down the left hand side of his unbelievable pace. But yeah, I'm not happy with it, but I'll let you go first.
I guess I'm not happy with it, really. I'm not furious with it, because ultimately I'm not, okay. All right, let me right. I'm not furious with it, but I'm definitely not happy with it. But the thing is I wouldn't have started. I didn't say I would start Yarmolenko last week, and I wouldn't have started Yarmolenko in this game either. Not because I think he's this super sub or anything, but more because I just want someone to come in and change it from the bench. And Yarmolenko just has done that, so why not just keep him in that role for now? The thing is like if you're playing Yarmolenko, you have to play. Let's say in an ideal world, you have Fornals, Yarmolenko and Bowen in a 3. At least one of those players is going to have to play out of position, if not two of them, which we saw against Burnley, right? So I'm not furious with it, but I'm certainly not very happy whatsoever. I really didn't want it. I really don't want what you've just said. but I don't know. What's on the bench? Give me the bench. Okay. I'll vouch. Well, Gio raises a good point, right? I hope Souček is in the 10, Fellaini, right? That's what I've been saying. It's just kind of obvious. And to be honest with you, I think Souček's better going forward than he is defensively. Not that I think Souček's been bad defensively by any stretch of imagination. He's just not. I've just not ever got, since the restart, I've never seen him play any defensive stuff and gone, ooh. But I have seen him attack and gone, ooh. You know what I mean? So it's not a case of like, I don't think he's bad defensively by any stretch, but I wouldn't mind him playing in that Fellaini type role because he clearly knows what he's doing, and he was getting when we were camped in their half against Burnley, he was getting involved in that. He was getting involved in the build up, getting involved in the passes around. Tom, is your palette clean now?
Yeah, my palette is clean. As I knocked both my headphones out, one sausage roll is down of the two. So on the bench today we have Randolph, Johnson, Balbuena, Masuaku, Wilshere, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Haller, and Ajeti.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not happy with it, but it's not. I guess. But yeah, go on. What's your opinion?
I just think it's really negative. Against bottom of the table, who have struggled to score a goal in the last sort of 5-6 games since the restart. Haven't really picked up any points whatsoever this season. I would have got a bit more adventurous, maybe a bit more attacking. Maybe I would have gone for somebody like a Wilshere maybe instead of Noble. It depends, I guess, who's playing the 10 really. I don't know. I just think it's a negative lineup. Thing is though, is there much better on the bench that could, other than Haller, that could sort of be different for us? I don't know. I don't know. I just see negativity today. I'm not a confident man. I don't know. It's just one of them days, where it's just, you just know that we're not picking up points. I've got such a horrible feeling about today. We do not if we are incapable of beating a team like Norwich who are bottom of the table, then we deserve to go down. Basically, is my opinion this afternoon. Obviously, not that I don't want to go down, but if we're struggling against teams like Norwich with a team like I think we deserve this afternoon to go down. It's you just know we're in for a long afternoon. That's all I'm going to say. They've hardly struggled to score. They haven't. I think they've scored 1 goal since the restart, and you just know that they will at least get 2 today. That is a definite 100%.
I mean, the thing is, right, is like, I don't think this is necessarily make or break for our season in that sense. I just think that you have to beat Norwich. There is as close as you can get to a guaranteed 3 points in this league as there is this season. And I like Norwich a lot. I don't want to disrespect them, but it's just kind of true, unfortunately, for them, right? So the thing is with the running we've got and the head start we've got, if we go down given the games we've got, then we deserve to go down. I don't think losing to Norwich would be that, because they've pulled up trees before. And to be fair, I can't remember who their last match was, but I did have it on in the background, in the corner of my eye on my phone as I was doing other things.
Sheffield United, I think.
Was it Sheffield United? Was it Watford? No, it was Watford, I think. Was it Watford or was it Sheffield? It doesn't matter. The point is they stepped to them, and there was a period there where they looked like they were going to pull out the win, and it ended up not working out for them. But they've got a bit about them. They aren't a Sunderland after David Moyes. You know what I mean? They have a little bit about them.
I'm torn today, because in my head I'm thinking it is a must win, because I'm just knowing how lowly a side Norwich have been. We need to be putting teams like this away. I can't even begin to think that everybody here today is not confident or is nervous of a game like this. This is just typical West Ham. Danger territory. I'm nervous as all my hell. I think we're going to lose.
I understand why most people will, but I think here's why I'm not super nervous. I'm way less nervous than I was against Burnley. A, because it's Norwich and not Burnley, but also B, because they just play a football that suits us a bit more. Like, we tend to do better against teams who step to us, and they're going to step to us. Like, they're not ones to hide away. They might do if they start getting beat, but they're not a team who are gonna like sit deep and have 2 banks of 4 sort of thing. They're not Burnley in that sense, and we can't break teams down. But if they step to us, we've got the capability of hitting them. We've got the capability of doing a little bit. So I'm a lot less nervous for this game than I was against Burnley. Clearly, I predicted a loss against Burnley. But yeah, it's just Matt in the chat, by the way, Watford was their last game, 2-1. That's the one I was watching, and I'll tell you why.
Yes, it was.
I'll tell you why I remember it was Watford, because Danny bloody Welbeck scored. Who would have thought that was going to happen?
Oh yeah, a mad overhead kick, didn't he?
Yes, in the year 2020. So yeah, I'm less nervous in that sense, because I do think the style matchup is right for us.
It's quite sad, really, when you say that the style matchup for us is the team that is bottom of the league on 21 points.
Yeah, and by style matchup, I mean they're going to leave spaces, which is the only way we're going to do it, because we're not good enough to break a team down. We're not a great football team, and we don't really have much style. But that's what I mean by style matchup. Unfortunately, I'm trying to put a positive, professional spin on what is obviously quite a depressing thought.
Can I just quickly say before we start, I don't know if you've seen the news this morning.
I have not.
Jack Charlton died apparently last night, of course, part of the 1966 World Cup winning side. And I'm sure that Charlie will echo the sentiment that we rest in peace. Obviously, we weren't alive to watch him play or his managerial stuff, but what his, I would say, effect on the game. People obviously know who Jack Charlton is, so rest in peace to Jack Charlton from us. But yeah, bit of sad news this morning in the world of football. So yeah,
in the complete opposite side, MTB UK, it's on BT Sport. The game is on BT Sport for anyone wondering, which is why we're struggling, because we both have Sky, and we're going to figure that out as we go.
Just ask a minute's silence, boys. If they do one before the game, on the thing, we obviously will reciprocate and do the same thing on here. But I feel there's a few topics to discuss before the game starts. Anyway, we do have.
Lob a topic my way, Tom. Go on, lob a topic my way.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that because I didn't actually tell you that I was going to ask you this. But Eric Olstead in the chat, who does follow me on Instagram, messaged me this morning
at Tom_Athers1, if you're wondering.
Messaged me this morning on Instagram and said, interesting enough, Ryan Fredericks actually made it into the Who Scored Team of the Week this week at right back with a rating of 7.55.
A bad week for right backs, apparently. Jesus.
How did Ryan Fredericks make it into the Team of the Week on Who Scored with a rating of 7.55? Were we all watching a completely different game to Who Scored?
Well, Who Scored do it on statistics, right? So it would have been statistically 7. Also, it should be clear. What was the rating? 7 point what?
It was. Let me run you through this team of the week. Okay, Nick Pope in goal with an 8.8 rating.
I mean, that makes sense.
Luca Dean 8.44, John Egan 8.414, Otamendi 8.21, Fredericks 7.75, Willian 9.08, David Silva 10, Pogba 8.49, Pulisic 8.48, Benteke 8.06, and Martial 8.37. How was Ryan Fredericks made it in?
Well, apparently it was a bad week for right backs because 7 point whatever isn't great. Like, it's good. It's a good rating. Don't get me wrong. Mom, listen. If someone came up to me and went, Charlie, you're a 7, I'd take that one day. Don't get me wrong about it. But it's not a. It's not like that one time he got a 10. So clearly it was a bad week for right backs. I'm just pulling up the stats now because I'm quite interested what his stats were that put him into such a good position. I didn't think he played that well, to be fair.
No, not to deserve that kind of a rating as well, especially in a losing effort too. It's almost saying statistically he was our best player on the pitch the other day, and I just don't see how that is a thing.
I mean, we weren't great. He had a lot to do, considering the way Burnley played. They calmed down the wings a lot, so he probably had more. He probably had more things happen than he usually would, if that makes sense. Because there's just, I don't know how to word it. But I was a bit mad. I was a little bit mad. I mean, it was a bad week for right backs clearly. Because if Luca Digne's getting in at left back, then clearly it's gone well for someone. But then right backs apparently not.
Is this Adam in the chat our Adam? Just because nobody refers to me as Thomas.
I believe it might be our Adam, yes.
Okay, if it is our Adam, hello Adam. Let us know where you're at in the chat today, where you're watching from. We're always interested. Nice to say, Wagwan Atherton, hello Adam. I could tell a mile off that was you. Let's have some chat interaction.
Clayton didn't play that bad. What game were you watching, Charlie? I'm not saying he wasn't good. I'm not saying he was good. I'm just saying he wasn't so catastrophically bad as usual. Because he did make 1 or 2 tackles, which is an unbelievably low bar to set, to be fair. And I'm thinking those tackles are the things that push him up in the ratings, as opposed to, because I wonder if they do it as a percent. I wonder if they weigh the percentage of how many tackles they win, as opposed to just the amount of tackles they win. If that makes sense. I'm not saying he played well. I do want to stress that because he's a trash player.
Clayton's saying maybe GSB own it and want to get rid of Fredericks by hyping his ratings.
I mean,
after this morning's events, that could be possible.
if that's the way they want to play it to get rid of him, then they can do it. I'll back it.
Rebecca says you're a 10. Charlie, you're a solid 10, and we love you.
Shout out to Rebecca. Thank you very much. You're a liar. You're a liar, but I'll take it.
Bit of a soppy statement, eh, Rebecca? Bloody hell.
Listen, she's lying, but I'll take it.
MTB says, "How do you watch with Sky?" I don't think either of us are going to be watching it with Sky.
Yeah, if it's a Sky match, we watch on our phones using the Now TV Sky Sports Pass. But obviously we can't today because it's on BT Sports.
Unfortunately. Where else are we going? Rosalind Dimmack says RP Jack 100%. Farmer Chris, he's in Bristol with a name like Farmer Chris.
Love it.
That's your end of the country. Yeah, you calling me a Northerner all the time. How about you Gloucestershire?
Bristol is Somerset, so get your bloody counties right, sir. Okay, and I'll back that. I'm a Somerset boy. I'm not, because I've literally lived in London my entire life, but I've got a family in there, so I've got a bit of the the URs about me.
Hammerdown Under says, no wonder Ngakia effed off if Moyes keeps playing Fredericks.
I mean, and the one time he did play him, he flipping subbed him for Fredericks, which went swimmingly for the goal.
Clayton says he didn't make that tackle for their first goal. He didn't, but I guess
No, he didn't.
The 89 other minutes of the game.
And if he made the tackle for that goal, it probably wouldn't have been a goal. But yeah, he's trash. He's trash. Look, it's just in case there's any doubt, and as long as Wally is not in the chat, and I haven't seen him, so that's good. He's trash. Okay, he's a trash footballer. That's what I need to say.
What else do we have here? Sorry, I really should wear my glasses. I can barely see. Kevin Powell says, I don't understand why the manager isn't using the squad and rotating. The players must be knackered. I'm looking at Antonio. Sorry, it's a plane going past my house. I thought he was actually crashing then. I'm looking at Antonio for his 6th game straight now. Yeah. And you just almost feel that the inevitable is going to happen. Will it happen today? Only time will tell. I'm worried today anyway. Chris Houghton says...
I think with Antonio specifically, he's playing with fire a little bit. I think he's very much trying to keep going until Haller is fully fit, and then he'll bring Haller in, but that's just kind of it's a game you shouldn't be playing, David. It's a game you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah. Chris Houghton says, my prediction is that Noble and 4 nails, which makes it 2-0. You are one of the more confident ones out of everybody here, Chris. DJ Blokey says, maybe you get extra points for backing off. Maybe. Tom, you still plugging the OnlyFans, says Adam. Yeah, I guess.
It's at Affers32 if you want it.
Mixie says, does anybody actually look at our squad before whining? I don't know if that's directed towards us, because Mixie's always been around here. But to be fair, I don't think we're whining so much. We're just, I don't think we're filled with much positivity today, is what I'd say. Especially against bottom of the table.
No, and to be fair, I think I'm more positive than most, but that's just because I say I don't know there are many options at this point. But that's not really a positive statement, is it? And Miggsy, listen, Miggsy's been around enough to where he has full right to criticise us. He's been about enough to where I'm like, what he says goes. Fair play.
Yeah. What else have we got in here? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I lost the chat. Rebecca says, shut up, solid 5, Tom, you can't silence me. Adam says, Charlie, say Glastonbury.
It's Glastonbury.
Glastonbury.
Listen, my family live in the area, so I can say it how I damn well please. Glastonbury.
I can say it how I damn well please.
Don't step to me, bruv. I know where you live, Adam.
Kevin Power says, Kingston upon Thames, watching with the dog. Yes, mine is around somewhere. I don't know where she's gone. Clayton says, you reckon we were going to get to... Oh, he's talking to Chris Houghton there. Okay. Jez says 23 minutes to kick off. Yeah, I'm going to have to try and sort a stream for myself and Charlie in a second. Jez says, Antonio is training in a ventilator. Good question here by Ellie _ says, do you think Todd Cantwell should move to another team?
Yes.
Do you reckon this is Todd Campbell in the dressing room secretly on his phone, just like, can I plug a move to it?
Guys, I'm torn on this one. Should I? Yes. The thing is, he's getting touted to all the top teams because he's obviously been very, very good. But I don't think he should make the jump to that level yet. I was having a conversation with Adam about this the other day, literally yesterday. I think
on a stair.
Yeah. No, I think he needs to move to a Prem team when they inevitably go down, and I think he is good enough to. He's good enough. I was going to say our level, but we're not that level. Everton, a team like that kind of level team, I think he is good enough for a mid-table club, an upper mid-table club.
Of him going to Sheffield United for 10 million, if they go down. Should we be looking at that kind of a price for someone like Campbell?
Yeah, but we've got no space for him. He's better than don't get me wrong. I prefer him to Lanzini, but like in his role, we've got unless we want to put him out on the left. I like Cantwell a lot, and I'd take him in a heartbeat. I just don't know where he fits in this team because we've got so many bloody attacking midfielders. Like Fornals, Lanzini, Wilshere. You could probably argue Yarmolenko, Bowen, Snodgrass. Like, there's just a lot of people who play in those roles. Diangana, when he comes back, it's like, I don't really know where he fits fully. I would take him. I'd be more than happy to have him at the club. I just don't know where he fits. 10 mil though, 100%, yeah. Is Sheffield the right club? I don't know. But he does need to move to a team that's not a top 6 team, but who are much better than the rest of the Premier League, because he is good enough for that. And then eventually he can make his step up one more time. A bit like James Maddison, a bit like Lukaku did, sort of thing. Although Lukaku came from Chelsea before going to West Brom/Everton, but you know what I mean.
I'd still rather Godders.
Of course you would.
Personally.
Of course you would. I wouldn't be against Godfrey. I think he's a good defender, but
Yeah, the only reason I want him is because I interviewed him, and that's it.
well, I guess ignoring Godfrey and aware of A, what's realistic, but all of Norwich's players are probably realistic to an extent, and B, what our squad looks like now. Who would you take from Norwich?
Both fullbacks, and as a priority. But if it was one of their attacking players, I'd take Buendia, just because he's created second or third most chances, I think, in the Premier League this season. And after the Payet stat the other day, we are in need of an actual creative midfielder at the minute that can create. But no, if I had first and foremost, I'd take both fullbacks. Which one? Probably Lewis first. I think I would take Lewis over Aarons. But both young, both lots of talent. So yeah, What about you? Are you similar? I think, to be fair, we could look at most teams if they've got better fullbacks than us and just thought, let's have both of their fullbacks if we could have them.
Yeah, I mean, I take Lewis first. A, because we need a left back before we need a right back, and B, in my opinion, and B, I think his age helps. I think Aarons is 2 years younger than him, and like neither of them have had that long in the first team. That's the thing with Norwich's youth players, right? Cantwell included, Aarons, Lewis. None of them have been in that first team a long time. It's not like they've been ripping it up in the Championship for 3 years at 17, 18, 19. No, like Cantwell, I think only really broke into being a fully fledged first team starter, at least during this year's pre-season. Like, they're not a team of like seasoned youngsters, and at that point age is a big difference. And I think our fullback situation, as much as I like the idea of, say, getting a Max Aarons and then growing him into something that's this big boy doing big bits, like, as much as I want that, our fullback situation requires now. And I think if you were to have Lewis and Cresswell be our two options, I would be content with that. Cresswell obviously is a problem, but and also Aarons, as good as Aarons is, though. That's not me dissing Aarons.
Thomas Lonergan says Norwich slaps a £50 million valuation on Godders. I don't think they can command that from the Championship, is all I'd say about that one.
No, they can't.
Let alone do we have that kind of money, which Miggsy does say we can't afford Cantwell or Aarons. 100%.
I don't know who we can afford Miggsy, if we're being real about it. Until the summer, I don't know what our financial situation is going to look like.
Yeah. Jeffrey says, my biggest question is, are there any more fullbacks in our youth academy? We almost let Ngakia walk last year. Well, we did, and he was a stud. Who else is down there? Well, obviously Johnson is the glaring one.
I don't know our academy well enough to talk about it. Not off the top of my head, but again, that means that they're just not ready for the first team. I've sort of neglected the academy for a couple of years, so I don't have that knowledge. So if anyone in the chat does, I'd be very interested in their opinions. Gio, I know he's in the chat. He pays mild attention to it. That sort of things.
What time is kickoff in New Zealand? Asked Chris Sinclair.
15 in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, Andrew.
From whatever time it is. You carry on, because I'm about to sneeze. My hay fever is on fire.
Gio, here you go. Now you're there. Is there any fullbacks in our academy apart from Ben Johnson who you should be looking out for? Was the question, because again, full disclosure, I usually pay a bit of attention to the academy, but I haven't in about 2 years. So 2 years in the academy is bloody massive. That's year 9 to year 11. Think about how different you were between year 9 and year 11. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Tom, how's your sneeze? Give me an out of 10. Was it a painful one? Was it a calm one? Was it a satisfying one? You know, sometimes when you sneeze and you go, yeah.
Yeah, no, my eyes are on fire at the minute. It doesn't help living in the middle of the countryside when they cut the fields all the time. They cut the fields yesterday, and it's all up my sinuses. Okay. If you see me doing this, by the way, when I'm talking, it's because I've got such an itch from my hay fever. I know it's really annoying. My granddad always tells me off for it. He says, "Stop touching your face with it." It's usually my hay fever. I'm just, my nose gets really itchy when I'm talking for some reason.
I know that feeling.
It's not nice. We have 15 minutes till kickoff. There are pretty much 100 of you in here. It's the first call of the day. For those of you that are in here, if you haven't liked the video already, do drop a cheeky like on it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Again, we appreciate every single one of you that are in here today. New layout for you today. We were up late last night, slaving away, trying to get this ready. No, I'm joking. It didn't take too long. Just needed to have a little play around and work it out for OBS. So we'll try it out today. We'll change a few things around. We spoke about saying to Charlie, we need ideas from the live chat as to what can go in the bottom right-hand corner to fill it up, because obviously we wanted the live sub count. I don't know about putting recent donator or something in the bottom right. I don't know.
That's not a bad shout. I don't know how to set it up, but we could do it.
Yeah,
because obviously the bottom right gets covered by the Hams Chat logo, as everyone watching will see. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. But we'll test the scoreboard today. We'll sync if people do want to sync with if we do want to sync, if you do want to watch the game with us and sync with us, you can now do that, for which we weren't aware of doing that before, because we're not exactly watch along pros, or we weren't anyway until I'd say we're up there now.
You know, I feel like we've gone from this is making the step from the conference to League 2. Do you know what I mean? We're making that pro money now. We've got to be doing bits at this stage, you know. Whereas before we were Antonio, who also had a day job. Do you know what I mean? That kind of level. Where now we're like, okay, we're stepping through the gears.
I'm just going to quickly mute myself while I try and find a stream, because I'm going to be clicking like crazy and I don't want to annoy people in the chat. Okay. So I'll let you take over.
Rebecca, I was a disappointment in year 9 and year 11. Same. I can't act like that wasn't true. Adam came back. Gio, not really solid. I think she meant lad called Fevre. I think is meant to be half decent. I've definitely mispronounced that. So if you know how to pronounce it, then let me know. But that one, the one Gio has just said. Looking good with the scoreboard. Thank you, Eric. Thank you. It took a while to get there. Whenever a goal happens and timing it's all going to be an issue, but you'll see me trying to fever away at that bottom bit. If you do have any ideas for what should be in the bottom right, because obviously it's partially covered, let us know though. Do let us know. Jez, great. This one, Tom, I know you can hear me. Great graphics, guys. Looks like the fantasy football graphic that might be giving you a call. Tom, getting that money. You know what I mean?
Me, never. Listen, it's like I said, we may change it up a little bit for next season if we carry these on, but it's I'm just looking at it now. I should be more proud of what I do sometimes. But
I think you should as well. I think you've done bits. You've done absolute bits here, boy.
Okay, I've sent you a stream in the thing. It should hold up. It's one of the better streaming sites. Hopefully it holds up. It is the BT Sport one as well.
Could you do me a favour? Could you send it to me via any means apart from Discord? Because I'm scared if I touch anything on the Discord, the entire stream will break.
Yeah, I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
Thank you. I just don't want to break everything today. We're already a bit shaky. I don't want to ruin literally everything.
Oh, it's literally the exact same stream as Rebecca put in the thing. I didn't actually see your message there, Rebecca. I've just put it in the chat with myself, Charlie.
Seaside Hammer. How about time elapsed since last substitution in bottom right hand corner, mate? I don't know if that can fit in that area. That's not big enough. It's not big enough. Yeah, that's just match time. Fair play, Gio. It's just match time. Yeah, I can just copy and paste that quite easily across. That's not a deepness.
I did see somebody said recent goal scorer. I don't know who said it, but recent goal scorer in the bottom right is is a good shout as well.
Not bad, not bad.
But that's more work for Charlie. That's I just create the thing that goes onto the screen, and then after that, it's all Charlie's problem. And there were a few finicky issues last night. I can't necessarily put the link in the stream that we're using, but Reddit soccer streams and Weak Spell, if you find it on there, is the one we're going with today, which is the BT Sport one. I don't want to put the link in the chat, but that will be the perfectly legit stream, of course, Adam, that we will be using today.
Yes.
The perfectly legit.
Legal in every sense of the word.
Okay.
We are live streaming.
I am going to go quickly get a coffee, just so I'm ready for there. Let me just watch. I'm going to put the live stream on, and I want to watch this seamless transition to just the one person thing. Is it?
Hang on. Give me. Yeah, give me 1 second. I can do it. Give me a second. I
know you said it was for emergency persons, but
this is fine. This is the sort of purpose. I just need to. Okay, I've got my stream up. Right, you ready for this?
Okay, well, hang on. Rebecca, what flavour coffee? It is. What is the flavour coffee? Cookie something or other. I don't know. It's from the espresso machine. Right, ready?
You ready, Tom? Right, let me just check I've got everything working. Okay, right. You ready? Whoosh. Whoosh. You see that? I'm just a professional. See what I mean? That's the difference between your conference level streamer and your League 2 level streamer. We're a solid League 2 level, boys. Come on. Anyway, now Tom's away. Yeah, Tom has like a coffee machine. It's like a whole thing. He sent me a video of it. It takes like 4 minutes. You put a thing in and then it starts making a lot of noise. This is very scary. It's very scary. Yeah, personally, I'm not about it. Jeffrey Stelly. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. I always appreciate your support when you come in, when you rock up. There will be a problem, by the way. The transition is super nice. Wait. Ben Davis Charles gives away. Ben! Hello, Ben. Nice to see you as per usual. There will be a problem transitioning with the scoreline, because that doesn't transition between the scenes like everything else. So if at some point some team scores and then I have to change the thing, it's going to be... it will momentarily say 0-0 before I change it again. Nick Muller, send Norwich down from an Ipswich fan. Nick, I promise you we'll try our best. Well, I say we'll try our best like I'm any part of the squad. I have no vibes about that, and to be honest, we probably won't. But if it was up to me, we would try our best. It would be nice to have a bit of something on our record this year, as opposed to complete and utter negativity. Who else is in the chat? Shout out to everyone else who's joined since last time we did. So Circus Singh, It's Lola, Nick Muller, of course, James Gunn. Shout out James Gunn. James Gunn, I saw you earlier talking about Croydon. This is what I want to know. I want to know if it's in London or not, because it's one of those things where half the people say it is and half the people say it isn't. Gio Walsh, what is your score prediction before I go to my sofa? I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. I'm feeling a bit more positive today than I was against Norwich. I'll get Tom's in a second when he comes back, but I'm feeling a bit more positive. I think their style suits us more than Burnley's did. We're not a team who breaks other teams down, whereas they will step to us and leave in spaces. 2-1 I'm going to go with, which is very, very bold from me. And I'm going to go, do you know what? I'm going to go Haller. I'm going to go Haller goal. There you go. I'll get Tom's in when he comes back. Let's check. Adam's saying 3-0 West Ham. To be fair, he's an Arsenal fan. So as an Arsenal fan, 3-0 West Ham. Fair. Rebecca, 2-0 West Ham. Shout out. Fair play. Farmer Chris, 3-1 West Ham. There's a lot of confidence in the chat. Jez, 3-0 West Ham. Hat-trick for 4 hours. I'd back it. It's Lola, 1-1 to be honest. Fair. I can see that. Soccer saying 2-0 West Ham. Geo 2-1 as well. Well, you know. I'm not saying I was correct, but I did call Burnley almost bang on. Haller, lol, you're predicting Moyes to make a sub. Bold. He'll make one sub, Geo. It will be in the 68th minute. It will be Haller coming on for someone. I haven't decided who yet. Migsy, Croydon is in London, has been since 65. See, the thing is, Migsy, it is in London. I would say it's a London borough, but I know people feel differently. I have a friend who's from Croydon who swears it is. I have another friend from Croydon who swears it isn't. That's why I'm asking. Migsy 3-0 West Ham. It's bold. I like the confidence. I'm enjoying the confidence. As much as I disagreed with it last week, I am enjoying it. Hammers Down Under 2-1 because we are bound to concede. That very much my thinking. I don't think we won't concede today. But I'm backing us to, do some bits. Hammers Moulder 1-1. Don't read mine for confidence, fair. Wacko Golf 4-1 West Ham. That's bold. It's bold. NZUKIUK. I was going to try and pronounce it, but I'm not going to. I couldn't even read it out, so I failed at that. 4-2 West Ham. Another bold prediction. Another big bold prediction. Hugh Janus, Hugh 2-0. Come on, you Irons. Tom, there's a lot of confidence in the chat.
Is there?
There's a lot of confidence. Oh, hang on. Okay. There's a lot of confidence in the chat.
Sorry.
What's your score prediction? Now we're 3 minutes away from kickoff.
I'm still nervous. Nothing's changed. I do apologise if you have to deal with Maisie today because it's Mum's out having her hair done, so she isn't looking after Maisie. So she's here to play with her ball.
I don't know if it needs apologising for.
Yes, hasn't changed. Do you have a score prediction today, other than your ball? No. Yeah, we're going to lose, are we? Yeah, we're going to lose. Unfortunately, is her. I don't like the clicking from you. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get the stream working because you're glitching out a little bit. You're a bit fuzzy. I believe because I'm running a stream on the computer and trying to stream the game on the computer at the same time, and so I'm just trying to make sure because the stream had frozen as well. So we'll see what happens.
Great.
What time to be alive? Am I right, boys? Am I right? So Tom, what's your score prediction? Give me your vibes. Give me your vibes.
I'm going to quickly try and get the stream up on my phone. Score prediction.
He's really deep in this. He's giving it a big old thought. I can tell what we're going to get here is some cut through analytics here. We're going to get some really deep thought out thoughts. Some stuff where you're thinking this guy should be employed by Sky. He's just so on it.
I am going to say, with no uncertainty, 2-1 West Ham. But there is a part of me that thinks this game really could go either way. This really could be like a 2-2 draw. It could be. I think Norwich are going to score, and I think they're going to make it tough for us because I think this is like if they are going to get relegated this season, which of course, Gordon Bennett, you're already here. You don't have to keep coming. If they are going to get relegated from the Premier League this year, I feel like they're going to try and cock somebody else's, exit out of the league on the way up. So I feel like this would be their final swan song today. Almost, it was like let's bash West Ham out at the same time. Yes, I know. So yeah, I'm so semi confident right now, mixed with a bit of negative thoughts. I don't know. We'll see how the game progresses. But right now, obviously, I'm going to say West Ham 2-1 win because I don't think we should be losing to bottom of the league.
If it helps, I also said 2-1. If it helps, I also said 2-1.
Let me get the stream up now because I've just realised it's literally kicking off right now.
Yes, I also can't listen to the stream, so you're going to have to give me updates on what you say. Some people are saying there's going to be a minute silence, so when we're seeing the minute silence, we'll have it, of course. We'll be slightly behind everyone just because of the stream. Yeah, they're about to have it now, Tom. The minute silence, so we'll of course join in once the referee blows his whistle on our stream. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. If you're ready to watch the game, enjoy it. Hopefully we get a good result. Come back at half-time, we'll be here as well. And come back at full-time, we'll be here. We'll be streaming throughout the entire game. And then at full-time, Tom will be spamming in the chat the link to Gio and Gonzo's review at full-time, so you don't have to put in no effort whatsoever. They will still be able to...
I'm pretty sure that because of the stream that we're both on, we are on the same time.
Fair. Well, once the game starts, we'll have a little look at that stuff. I
just think you're going to have to... How is the stream holding up?
Yeah, it's holding up fine for me so far. No stutters, no nothing. We're decent.
Am I just going to have to be the laggy party out of the two of us?
In what sense?
Yeah, I'm going to have to be fuzzy.
A little bit, yeah. I think it's just a way life's going to have to be, unfortunately.
Okay, I can deal with that. And they've just kicked off on my screen, so...
They have it on mine as well. So we are... Hang on a second. Pressed 1. I mean, at least the counter's started. I've nailed that one. That's been nailed.
The counter is on. That's all that matters. I'm going to be watching without sound, just so I can hear.
So am I.
The conversation is right now. A nice sunny day in Norwich, it seems. Will it be sunny for West Ham? Why am I giving like the commentator?
Will it be sunny for West Ham?
A sunny day for West Ham, but will it be sunny for West Ham?
Good question. It's a good question. My timer is actually synced up almost perfectly with the time on the stream. So what time's it on?
If you would like to sync with us in the chat, if you can pause on your TV or pause your live stream, so we're all in sync, then that is up to you guys. But yes, I have my vanilla strawberry cake or something like that. I don't know.
Nice. It's a strong choice. It's a strong choice.
Great challenge from Deck. Great challenge.
GCFR, how are you watching? It's on BT Sport. Bowen straight down the line. Good again. This is what I'm saying about they will leave space in. They will leave space in those gaps to try and do something actually useful. And that's where we're going to be most effective today. And that's what I mean by a clash of styles being positive for us, is basically they're going to leave gaps, which we can then proceed to take advantage of. Shout out to people who have joined us. De Pablo, West Ham Clips, Flint Bartolo, welcome. Foe, shout out to Foe. Foe's rocked up. Thank you all for joining us.
On this splendid day.
On a sunny day in Norwich. Again, once more, just in case, apologies for Tom's fuzziness. We're doing a lot of things on the internet, which isn't great. So it'll be better at times. It'll be slightly worse at times.
I'm the one that will suffer today. You'll have to deal with my fuzziness. It's not a me problem. It's a lot of things going on in the street.
yeah. It's a complicated problem.
I think that's better for you viewers at home that don't want to see my ugly mug.
Well, it's not good for me because I want to see it every time. I do.
Oh, there's Godders. Did I mention that I did an interview with him once?
You did.
It's almost like the brick, isn't it? It's just it might have to become a staple of the channel as Antonio works his way into the box. Oh. Souček early with
good opportunity.
Foe says, Tom, you look so much better today. Listen, Foe, I try my best, all right? I woke up this morning and I dolled myself up to look super extra fuzzy tonight.
Yes, it's a good look. What I will say this is, you said you were going to shave and you didn't shave.
I did say that last night, but then I also didn't imagine that I was going to go to bed at 5 o'clock this morning.
But you also said you were going to shave in the last stream and you haven't. You've let everyone down, Tom.
I want to apologise. GCFR, Harry's prediction. I said 2-1 West Ham. Charlie, what are you?
I also said 2-1 West Ham.
Right, okay. Jamie Green says, we look to be sitting deep and I'm a minute ahead of your streams. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's expected. That's expected, Jamie. I mean, if this was a match where a home and away counted, he'd be doing it anyway, but it's just what he does. And that's kind of what I mean. If we're a team who are going to sit deep and we're going to try and absorb, right? And that's kind of our thing. And in that,
Tom shaves his face live on camera.
I mean,
What is this?
It's not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout. But yeah, we're a team who does that, and that works because Norwich are a more attacking team than us. They're going to try and actually do stuff to us, and then we can actually break into those spaces. We can break into those spaces. I mean, if you look there when they've just passed back to Krul, their centre backs are about as wide apart as possible, and their full backs are very far forward. And in that case, that's where you get those spaces. That's where you get those spaces to do stuff.
Good challenge. 4 hours. See, the thing is, I mean, because they're not scoring goals. I feel like I'm happy to invite the pressure on, but at the same time, I'm not, because I realise then who our defence is. The only person I'm fully confident in is Ogbonna this season, which feels funny to say almost, because at times past he's been the one that we've all kind of laughed at for not being as secure. But this season he's been absolutely solid as a rock, and he'd get my vote maybe between him and Declan Rice for Hammer of the Year. I think I think Ogbonna has been absolutely exceptional this year for West Ham. So yeah, there you go. As Maisie has dropped a fucking ball down by the side of the TV. I'll be back in 1 second. If you see me disappear, don't pull off me, surely.
I'm not going to. We want a glimpse. Clayton, we're pushing up, which means it could be dangerous if they get on the break. Yes, but we have to take. The thing is once we have to make those numbers count, we can't just purely counter attack against a team like Norwich. Unfortunately, like as much as I want to say we need to control the game, obviously we can't because we're West Ham and we've got David Moyes in charge. But I do think we need to, when we have those numbers, we need to make it count. We need to just not waste those opportunities. We need to get shots away on target, create the chances. Because like you say, when it does happen, when they do counter, it is very dangerous. It is very dangerous.
GCFR Harry says you need a trim. I think both of us do. I badly need a trim.
I don't, Harry. Thank you for the feedback. No. I tell you what. I probably do. I don't know. I think the look now is kind of it's got its togetherness. I need a shave. It's getting to this point where I definitely need a shave. But I'm not. Listen, this is far from the most hair you've ever seen on Charlie Walsh on his channel. Let's be real.
Yeah, this is very true.
Let's be real about it. I'm not gonna put. Let's make no bones about
it. I'm
it.
not gonna sugarcoat that.
Not make no bones about it. You know, make no bones about it.
How have you dropped it under the telly again? Look, take this. Take your bone. Take that. Take that with you.
So sort of not a cagey opening, but certainly not one where either team have dominated as of yet. Probably we've been slightly better. Creating a little bit. We're getting into dangerous areas. Antonio's pulling out quite often. That's a good ball. Socek.
Oh, he just opens his foot up, doesn't he?
It's a good opportunity. Antonio's been pulling out quite often to that left-hand side. And then sort of everyone else fills in the gaps. Fornals has been drifting centrally a lot. And we've been seeing some success. We saw it against Burnley 1 or 2 times as well. He saw that. Interesting. Decent opportunity. Again, that's what we need to. We need to make those opportunities count. Good flick again. No ball that time. Getting involved in the build-up. Lays it over the top. A bit close. We're getting there. We're doing bits and pieces here. We're doing bits and pieces. I don't want to get ahead of myself, Tom, but we're doing bits and pieces. I don't know where that tone of voice came from, but it did.
Yeah, no, as you can probably see, I'm literally having to go down between that gap between the bed and the telly to rescue things.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Anyway, back to the game. How do we look so far?
We're starting to put pressure on Norwich a little bit here. We're occasionally doing. You know, we're putting them under the cosh a little bit. Pressing's okay. Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm seeing so far. I'm happy.
Good.
What I'm seeing so far.
There's the things you like to hear.
But again, we're only 8 minutes in, and they counter attack once and they score, and it's a problem. So here's what it
is. Yeah, they counter attack once, and all of a sudden that confidence is just.
He's gone.
Dissipated completely. We just get the live chat up on my phone. There we go. That's better. I can see everything a bit more now.
Norwich working it well. All the Ooh. Ooh. Either those noises where Norwich is still somehow just camped literally in our area. Okay. Poor shot at the end of it. Poor shot at the end of it from Thingy, but you know.
From Thingy. Yeah. Thingy. Come here. Excellent analyses.
Gio's gone now, there's no pressure. I'm just gonna say Thingy.
Thingy, rat.
Thingy, wow. It's a good opportunity from Norwich. But yeah, we're creating a little bit. They're okay at it, but not quite as effective as we have been so far. And again, Antonio's been putting out to that left quite often, which is good. Big boot up pitch from Fabianski.
Who is going to be playing the number 9 role almost? It better not be bloody Noble.
Well, it's Antonio, but he's drifting. It's more of a 4-3-3 by the looks of it. That's good play, actually. He's played it down to Cresswell. Into the box. Good save. Good save.
Tim Krul. What a man.
Uber Krul, as it were.
Man.
Uber Krul.
What a man. Lovely 1-2 though. I don't know who played that original pass down to free Cresswell, was that?
I think.
May have been Socek or Noble, one of the two. Unlucky for Antonio. It was a good chance not to get his foot onto it. Cross comes in. Ooh,
just wide.
Corner.
Just wide, another corner. Another corner.
There's Titty. Heads it out for a corner.
There's something about... Do you know what? I don't think Alexander Tete is a good footballer. But there is something about him I respect, and I think it's just because he's been there for such a long time at this point.
I'm here simply for Gio to call out Alexander Tete in the review.
Oh!
Comes in from the corner. Antonio!
Goal. He's done it.
What a finish,
mate! We're starting we're verging dangerously close to being good from corners. Dangerously close.
We've become a decent team, haven't we, from corners? Lovely ball in. Is that Bowen from the near post? I imagine. On header from Diop, and Antonio is just there.
Peels away from his Kevin Nolan annoying goalkeeper duties to finish it. And who was behind him? Socek, who could have also power drove it in. It's a very, very good cross from.
I tell you what, Jarrod Bowen's set piece and dead ball ability is fantastic. Again, with Antonio, I think he would struggle to miss from that close to the goal.
Well, listen, with Mikel Antonio, I'm not counting my blessings. Fair play to him. Have you
updated the score, Charlie?
That's a good point. I was enjoying the goal.
Come on, Charlie, get it. Thank you to Ellie who said that. Who said, "Boys, update your score." Thank you, Ellie. That's Charlie. That's Charlie's fault. How dare he? How dare he do such a thing?
Literally everything. But
yes, 1-0 up. I see now, looking that actually we were quite behind that goal, looking at the live chat. But
yeah, a little bit.
You have to deal with that, unfortunately. If you expect to see our reactions instantaneously, it's
if anything, you want it delayed a little bit. I'll tell you why, right? Because you want to enjoy the goal yourself, then look and watch 2 other people enjoy the goal.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, 1-0 up away at Norwich on this sunny day in Norwich.
Sunny day in Norwich. It's a sunny day in Norwich.
Look, we've started the game well. I think. A bit more positive. Some good play going forward. Do you know what? I'm so impressed with Jarrod Bowen. I think next season, as long as guaranteed we're still in the Premier League, I think he's going to be. I think he has been a revelation for us. And it really annoyed me last week. I said it on my fan cam. That I didn't understand why Jarrod Bowen was moved to cater for Yarmolenko starting. I didn't think Yarmolenko had done enough to start. But you could kind of tell because Bowen for me wasn't as effective. But I don't think that was his fault. I just think he was moved here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah. I think it's frustrating because it's frustrating because again, when we play the best players we have in those positions currently, at least one of them has to play out of position, which sucks. Whereas today again,
playing, which is the only negative is because Anderson is unfortunately the only real left-sided midfielder we have in the squad.
I wouldn't be against Antonio playing on the left, to be honest with you. He played on the left for basically every club apart from us. I wouldn't be against Antonio playing on the left, but it's just we need a fully fit striker to put in his position. And apparently, listen, I've heard lore, ancient tales of Albion Ajeti and Xande Silva, but apparently they don't exist. So we just have to wait until Haller is fully fit, really.
My brother just texted me saying your camera is pixelated as hell. I do realise that, and I do apologise. Yeah. It's not my fault. It's blame Charlie's poor internet. Okay. Basically,
he gets an upgraded internet once, and all of a sudden, blame Charlie's poor internet, bro. I can only do so much. I'm streaming out into the world. I'm trying to get the game on my computer at the same time. I've got the chat going. I've got a lot going on.
It's not good enough. It's not good enough. Bloody hell. Yeah. What? Who is that? Amber plays Roblox Lily. It's not Adam's sister, is it? His sister Amber. He's invited the whole family in.
I don't know if his sister would play Roblox, but
yeah,
that's just a vibe. That's just a vibe.
Yeah, no, I genuinely, like I said, I didn't understand Moyes' tactics in starting Yarmolenko the other week. I would have sooner, seen 4 nails down the left, even if it meant a drop in pace just to get Bo right, because I just think that left foot of his is an absolute wand.
The thing is I understand trying it, right? I understand putting all of your best players on to try and get that stuff sorted, but it's just you just playing other people out of position. It sucks in that sense.
Yeah.
And again, we need someone to come off the bench and do big things, and I think
big things in that.
I think having Haller in that role is good.
Yeah, I think genuinely those. Maisie drops her ball to the sound of the EastEnders theme tune. I think genuinely, Souček and like somebody said there, who's it? Hamadan and Bowen and Souček are best players. Honestly, I think they've been an absolute revelation since they signed.
Tom, I just need to. I'll go outside. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. I think they've been an absolute revelation. You're probably looking at myself and Maisie right now. Let me know what you think quickly while Charlie's out of the room. But are they two of our better signings in recent memory since Payet and I don't know how would you rate their signing? Bloody hell! Stream goes to look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, you can't see Charlie, but he is or hear him, but he's just brought in a lovely big old bacon sarnie. And is that a glass of orange juice as well? Oh, it's big. It's big. I'm getting views of Charlie in joggers. I mean, it's a fantastic view now. He's got a little glass of orange juice as well. But yeah. Anyway, let me just check. I am up to date with the live chat. There we go. Walter Clements says, I think Antonio has been playing well recently. I think he has as well. I think he's shown his value to us. This is what we were discussing the other week. Is still does he get that new contract or not? As Norwich are through, well on Fabianski coming out quick off his line to get that.
I think Antonio's been playing well, and that says a lot for me because I'm not an Antonio fan by any stretch of imagination, and even I think he's been one of our best players. I've been genuinely impressed.
Charles Joseph has said something controversial here, apparently. Yarmolenko will leave because Moyes don't play him, another good player we lose. I agree he's a good player, but I just do not think he's at the level. Well, not at the level, but I think the standard that Bowen is setting right now, and I think on merit, Bowen deserves to be starting in that position over Yarmolenko. It's not to say I don't want to see Yarmolenko leave West Ham, but I don't think there is a place for him, especially because he's the kind of player that would demand Antonio's left foot. I don't think he is he's the kind of guy that would like to sit on the bench every week for $100,000 a week. I think he'd actually want to be playing or starting football.
Nazwa Fatima, where live football. They're live football on my screen. It's live on BT Sport and via other nefarious means if you wish to go there.
Hammer Down Under says, can't fault Antonio for effort. Wish others did as much, just not alone. Yeah, listen, as we've had 6 attempts already and 2 on target to Norwich's none. Yeah, that's... Look, I said it the other week as part of my opinion. In terms of all-out effort, I think he's one of 3 players we can rely on in this team that we can rely on for giving 110% every week, but is that enough to determine a new contract in some people's eyes? Some would say no. I would say yes, potentially. I think it is worth a long-term secure deal with the guy. I think he's done enough this season with his goals to warrant a new deal. Because I think he's literally spearheading us between himself and Souček and Bowen. They're spearheading us towards Premier League survival.
I wouldn't give Antonio a new contract, but we spoke about that before. I'd consider it, but I don't think there's any particular rush.
As we look to trigger the live chat again, Charlie doesn't want a new deal for Mikel Antonio. Make sure you all give him your comments and let him know how wrong he is. I'm joking. Don't do that.
Also, just so you're aware, you can do it. I don't mind. If I had problems with people telling me I was wrong, I would have stopped doing West Ham videos 4 years ago. Also, it's not a bacon sandwich. Just to be aware, it's bagels with a vegetarian burger on the inside with cheese.
Yeah, I let everybody know in the chat that you had a bacon sarnie, but
I can see Rebecca getting very angry about the bacon sarnie, so it's just
Yes. Any update on the Newcastle game? Yes, I can give that to you. Let's go take a look at the moment. I think who's playing? I know there's a couple of games this afternoon that involve. Yeah, Watford are playing at the minute, so I will keep an eye on that Watford game actually.
That's important.
Because obviously it's importance to us, and we do play before. Aston Villa and Bournemouth this weekend. Both that Aston Villa game tomorrow is probably their easiest fixture, I would say, before the game against us, against Palace tomorrow. So we could do with Palace doing us a favour, and obviously Leicester against Bournemouth tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Although saying that, Spurs could do one because they almost cocked it up. I mean, you had one job. It took me a while to realise that goal had...
Antonio. It's decent opportunity. Antonio just flicking it around the defender in FIFA Street fashion, and then laying it off sort of... I don't know if it was actually laid off or what, to Bowen. Fair play. He did actually mean to lay it off to Bowen, who can't quite pop his shot away. But it's another good opportunity. Again, these are the spaces. Their defence is not good enough to deal with that sort of stuff.
Did I say it was 0-0 Watford Newcastle? I did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay. We will keep an eye.
We'll keep an eye.
Excuse me. We'll keep an eye on that game.
Also, yeah, just in case people don't know, I've accidentally gone vegetarian over the course of the
it could
lockdown.
Never have been. It couldn't have been bacon.
I wish it was, but...
Sorry, right, let me just get the score up. There we go. So I can keep one eye on that. Somebody asked, how much would you accept for Allaire this summer? I wouldn't. I would keep him no matter what. I want a full, healthy season out of him to see how he does next year, specifically with dealing with having Bowen on one side and maybe a new left-sided midfielder, depending on whether or not we get rid of Felipe Anderson this summer.
How much would you not take anything for him?
I wouldn't know. I'd keep him. I'd keep him for next season. I still think there is a fantastic player in there. I just think we've not catered to playing to his style, and I think that when we have, if we
drinks break, stay hydrated, everyone.
Everybody, warm day today, a sunny day in Norwich. Keep yourself hydrated. Yeah, I still think that there is a player in there, and I'd like to see him. I'd like to see him for a full season, fully fit, and actually given the opportunity, because I do think he'll score 15, 20 goals.
I agree with you. I really like him, and I want him to stay. And I think he's our top goal scorer this season for a reason, and that's in a season which everyone says he's not played very well. He's still our top goal scorer by a significant margin. So if he had a full season where he wasn't fit and he was playing really well, then it would be good
for Newcastle.
Okay, Newcastle, why not? But of course I'd take, if there is obviously an amount I would take. If someone offered me Well, if someone offered me 45, 50 million for him, I'd take it.
So
If we got our money back.
There's David Moyes giving Antonio a pep talk, saying, "You're a striker. If you don't score goals, what's the point? Your job as a striker is to score goals." Did you not hear about what I said about
tell the defenders to stop conceding.
Did you not hear about what I said to the defenders midweek? You make sure that they know to stop conceding goals. It was the worst Moyes impression ever, but he's a very different type of Scottish, isn't he? Could be as bad as that. Could be as bad as my Harry Redknapp last night.
The Harry Redknapp last night was very good. It's a very good impression. Look at you.
Charlie's an M&S bottle of champagne, and Tom is the caviar.
The caviar. Come on, Tom.
Come on.
Caviar. Come on.
But it says caviar.
You can't walk around calling yourself a southerner and not be able to go caviar. Come on.
There's bottles of champagne called Carver, isn't there? There is literally.
Yeah. But that's caviar, isn't it?
I thought Carver was champagne.
Yeah, Carver is champagne, but caviar is not.
Oh, bloody hell, I don't know.
But then again, I don't drink, so I don't know how to spell either of them.
I am so confused. I'm sure Rebecca, who's just put Tom in the live chat, is about to correct me 100% because she's so posh. Carver isn't champagne, how dare you? I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm an uncultured swine. As somebody put earlier on in the live chat.
Yeah, it was Gia.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, there you go. Uncultured swine. Apparently, Ironics is saying Carver is sparkling white wine. Oh dear, I've angered the live chat.
you have kicked it off something fierce.
Oh, I did mean caviar.
Thank you very much.
Well, look, listen, bro. We're champagne and caviar. I mean, what a combination. What a combo.
It sounds great.
Interesting to see now if the water break will. Was it Bobby B06 says hi? Please respond. Hi, Bobby.
All right, man.
Yeah, it's interesting actually to see now if Norwich grow into the game due to the drinks break, as we have, as we know. Apparently, if Newcastle beat Watford and we beat Norwich, Norwich are down. Says not wired that way.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Norwich are down if we beat them regardless. I believe. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Good opportunity for Lewis. Crosses it in. Decent header. Oh, it was a decent-ish header.
Bonner, man. That's a handball, surely. That was handball. There we go, ref. Thank you very much. Jez Bish. I did, by the way, from the corner, did you see what Jez Bish typed in the chat? He put something like, he was like, $1 grand says we score from this corner. It didn't go unnoticed, Jez Bish. I did see it. It was very funny. I didn't actually.
Jared Bowen playing like Jim Bowen. Bit of bullseye. Love it. Pinpoint crosses.
The fact that he's put Jared Bowen playing like Jim Bowen probably means that Jared Bowen is about to do something very stupid. As Antonio, look at the skill. Look at it. Look at my man. Who's that? Closer is not happy.
I find Closer such a weird player to watch. Because A, he just should be a striker, and B, he looks enough like his brother, but not enough like his brother at the same time, and it's giving me some like Uncanny Valley vibes, like it's a David Cage game. Do you know what I mean? I can't quite,
Why? Who's his brother?
Closer.
Oh, is that the wrestler Closer?
No, you dipstick. The striker. Miroslav Closer.
That's his brother?
Yeah.
Mind blown. Didn't even know that. How many of you in the chat knew that? I didn't even know that.
His name's what's his brother? Closer. Think about it, bro.
No, but I didn't think that Miroslav Closer was his brother. That's interesting. Didn't actually know that. That's the second time in 5 minutes that I'm an uncultured swine. How dare I? Yeah, that was absolute bully ball from Antonio there. Love that. There you go, Starlight. I did not know that. Jezbish says I just learnt that Miroslav Klose was his brother. Did not link that. There you go. And he plays 40 hours of Football Manager a week, says Jezbish. Well, there you go. I was exactly the same. Sorry, I'm just going to try.
If Jez didn't know, then it's fair. You have no excuse, but Jez, I can back.
Hey, James Gunn says his dad is called Come Closer. Right, that. Reese Q says it's like a school Zoom session at this point. This is moments after he called me an uncultured swine. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. Norwich dangerous when they get into those positions.
Yeah, we are riding our luck. Bobby B06 says, if West Ham win, then I'll subscribe. Well, I mean, you could just do it now, Bobby. You could, just to, if you subscribe now, West Ham will win.
I'll tell you what, Bobby. I'll make you a deal, right? Like the video now, and then if we win, you can subscribe. I'll make that bet. I'll make that, son.
Oh, he says, yep, sure. Yeah, what a man. Thank you, Bobby.
Come on, Bobby.
Well done, Bobs. Well done. What man. As I just again catch up with the live chat. Clayton says, so you're not all that keen on subscribing then, says Bobby. Rebecca, what do you get if I unsubscribe? Rebecca, you were banned from this channel once. Do not let it happen again.
You've got 2 mods
you are followed on Twitter by Gio.
Right,
do not let it happen again. Starlight says Gio and Charlie doing this instead, Rebecca. I swear Starlight's just like my mum or my granddad or something, just tweeting. Got my back constantly. Love that. Cheers, Starlight. Do you know what? How long has it been since Timo Pukki scored a goal? Because he could not stop scoring, could he? And now it's...
Has he scored since the restart?
No, he hasn't. They've scored 1 goal, haven't they? And that was the other day. And who scored? It might have been Pukki.
Can't remember. I watched the game and I still can't remember.
Let me just double check that. Norwich Watford. Wendy scored for them in the 4th minute.
There you go.
It feels like ages since I've. Yeah, Finn Lucky says Pukki hasn't scored since January. That's crazy, especially for somebody was on fire as he was to start the season and 1 player of the month. That is woeful. I don't. Again, is he kind of more like Allaire in the sense that since January they've not been playing as well, or is he not getting the service that he once had? Or
I mean, he started on fire. He started on fire when they started on fire, because you remember they actually started quite well. And it's just a problem. It's one of those things where he had a very hot streak and he's not sort of gone on it since. I think he will stay in the Premier League. I think a Premier League team will probably buy him. I don't know why he screams West Brom to me. I don't know why, but
he screams Leeds to me if they go up as well. Marco
Can I just say, Tom, last bite. You ready for this? I'm just going to savour it.
Oh, I love that. Jeffrey Stelly. I'll tell you what, he's on fire today. Declan and Fredericks are friends, right? You ever think Declan's just been like, mate, you're just awful? I reckon he has. And I imagine this is what, oh my word, Ryan Fredericks. Interesting. That was a dangerous push in the back there from Max Aarons. I'll tell you what, that was very dangerous. If it wasn't such a looped cross from Fredericks, then that is a dangerous push. I'm annoyed actually, because I said it was a red card the other day. Well, we both did, I think. For the
you felt very strongly about it.
I didn't. I couldn't stop saying that's a red card. That's a red card. I can't believe that's definitely a red card. As Bowen is the
Close.
Just across the keeper. I think we need to get 2 up before the break. I really do.
It would help.
It would help. I don't trust us nursing a 1-goal lead, put it that way. Even a 2-goal lead at times, but it's surely better. Somebody's been booked. Who's been booked? Surely is it one of ours for descent, probably. Who's been booked?
Antonio and Bowen, I'm liking this link up quite a lot right now. They're doing things by themselves. You know?
And don't forget how good. Oh no, it was nasty challenge on Noble that. Just Bish Bowen is good, but he's no Adam Armstrong.
See, here's the thing about Adam Armstrong, right? He's obviously got a very good record. It's just he's been has Adam Armstrong been on fire since the restart? I know he's very high up the scoring table in the Championship, but
I don't know.
I know he is very high up the table.
Yeah, I think people need to realise. I think people do need to realise how good Bowen and Allaire did look as well just before the league stopped. And I think if we see it was Steepen with the yellow card, it was a nasty little challenge on Nobes. I do think people need to. I think we need to assess what it's like. See, I'm a bit like you. I'd be all for having Antonio down the left, Bowen down the right, and Allaire through the middle.
I'd love that.
I think that'd be fire.
And then ideally, Diangana when he comes back on the left.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. If we have options down that left-hand side, other than saying, right, let's put a square peg in a round hole down the left, and so not just Anderson and then somebody to make it happen who doesn't necessarily normally play down the left.
It's weird because before this point I hadn't really deepsed how much of a problem we have down the left when Anderson isn't there, because Anderson's been there and now he's injured, and all of a sudden I'm like, hang on, who usually plays here? What's going on? Why have we constantly, as you say, got a square peg in a round hole?
Unfortunately, I think we have one too many left-footed players in this team. If you think Yarmolenko, Diangana as well to an extent is
Oh my God, Frederick!
Right, Fredericks getting that's how he got his 7.55 rating. If they score for this, I give up. Suki falls over. I think at the end of the day,
good ball by Noble. Look at that ball by Noble, straight out to Bowen, charging through. Oh, see, this is what I like about Bowen as well, right? When he's in those 1v1 situations, a lot of people feel like I feel like defenders are always expecting him to have to cut in and go for it on his left, but he's very comfortable to just take it slightly to him, take it down the right, and then just whip it across. And it's dangerous every time. It's dangerous. I like Bowen a lot. Just getting a replay of the Pukki Souček collision there. Souček does pull him back. That is about as clear a pullback as you're ever going to see, to be fair. Oh, look at that ball by Noble. Look at it. Oh, cool.
Big spray.
Big spray.
I want to just quickly get a photo up. I want people to see my old manager at work. If I can find a good photo.
Okay.
Just because he is.
Timo Pukki.
Yeah, big time.
Okay.
Like big time Timo Pukki. I think it would give the chat much enjoyment.
Much well.
This is if I can find a suitable photo. If not,
Fornals bopping through. I do like it. I just like it. Taking down on the edge of the area. Cynically. It wasn't really that cynical. Just a clear foul. I'll tell you what, we're doing a couple of little things here. We're starting to actually. We've regained our footing that I think we lost via the drinks break a little bit. We're regaining it. We're starting to pile on the pressure a little bit. And they don't really look like they know how to do it. I mean, you're looking at Buendia coming back there, trying to get a grip of what's going on, who's one of their best assisters. And to see that happening is it's a good sign. It's a good sign when they're that far back. As Clayton said earlier, I mean, when they counter from those situations, that's when you've got to be really careful. But it's a good sign. It's a good sign that we're doing these things.
Okay, no, it's not worth it. I couldn't find a good enough photo, but yes. Thought that would have been good for the chat, but it wasn't. We do have a free kick, though.
Adam, I feel like you're being buffed by how SHIT Norwich are. I don't know if I can swear. We probably can, but I don't want to risk it.
Ooh, dangerous ball in from
Not
Noble
unfair.
for Souček at the back stick. What was I going to say?
I'll say this to Adam. Not unfair, but you have to remember we're West Ham.
Yeah. That's why we need that second goal buffer, I think, to really help us along our way into trying to secure all 3 points. I'm optimistic, though. I think it's been a good half from us as we see the Moisaya. I think it's
looking as lost as it usually does.
Yeah. They've let me out the care home. Where am I?
It's like I'm just not confident about the defence. I feel like they should be defending more.
Yeah. Results again, I think, going our way again. Apparently, Hamadan and saying it's still 1-0 to Newcastle.
I like the way, by the way, this is a total side note. I apologise, but on the totally legal way that I'm watching the show, the match right now, there's an ad on my screen that's telling me Flash Player has been updated. My G, Flash player is no more. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's
At least if you're gonna try and trick me, give me some more credit than that. Come on.
Yeah, no. Look, listen. It's a better start. As Fredericks is completely out of position. Don't be afraid to actually track back Fredericks. And then he just hoofs it long. Bloody hell. Fredericks really
Putting in that 7.5 performance.
Yeah, Fredericks is not at the races today in the slightest. Iron Ironic says if we stay out, we could do with a pacey player on each side of the pitch. We definitely need to lose Fredericks and Anderson.
Fredericks, I agree with.
Fredericks, I agree with. Oh, look at Deck. Love that. He's so good. I agree with the Fredericks bit. Oh, Noble, hello.
I'm telling you, Noble's been all right today, man.
Right, Fredericks, don't cock this up. I'm still torn with Anderson, and I know because my dad's been saying it for such a long time about how lazy Anderson had been, and I think it.
Which I disagree with.
Nice, Suchek. Not. He said he's been lazy, right? And I disagree with him. He's my dad, so I have to go carefully.
After's 31 deserves respect, and you will.
I've warmed to the idea he's not been at his best, obviously. But I still think there is a player in there. I still think there is clearly a talent. Though that first season he was superb. And if he can be like that more consistently, of course I'd want to keep him. I wouldn't get rid of him. I know people are calling for him to for people to potentially sell him or not. He's another one I would want to keep hold of. I don't think we can just keep selling and rotating our best players like just one in, one out, and hope to find some sort of consistency.
No, it's madness. Look, I'll put.
Especially with the prices that they are.
Suchek.
What? Thomas Suchek? What a player this boy is.
We don't need a striker. Get him up there. I'll say this. I think it's the same thing with Diop, right? And I understand it. It's what have you done for me lately, and it's recency bias, and I understand fully why. But Diop was one of our best centre-backs, if not our best centre-back last year. Anderson was one of our best players, if not our best player last year. They then can't have a bad season and then just write them off completely as if that first one didn't exist. Those first ones did exist. I think getting rid of Anderson at this point would be... Obviously, again, I'm very much... Right, Gio says this all the time, and I'm exactly the same as him. Everyone has a price. Shout out to the $1 million man. Everybody's got a price for the $1 million man, and I think that's how I feel about it. Like, if someone came in for Anderson and was like, "Yo, here's a large amount of money," sure, you can have him, but getting rid of that, not happening. He's too good. He's too good to let go. Because if he does refine his form, all of a sudden we've got an absolute world beater on our hands, and then Bowen on the right, and then Haller down the middle. Hello, but. You know, I think it's too.
I think it's the same. It's the same thing as saying like now when, Suchek's playing really well. If we'd signed Suchek permanently and he was doing this now, and then next season he maybe not as good. It's the same with Diop. Our next and first players may do that. That second season syndrome is real.
Yeah.
I know it happens specifically in basketball. People always say sophomore syndrome because the second year sometimes never lives up to the first. But
second album syndrome in music as well.
Exactly. It's just who's giving that away there? That looked like 4 hours. I still would give him the time of day. Like I said, I just would not keep rotating in and out like £50 million players just because we say, oh, he's not good. We should change him. It's like, all right, okay, let's just get rid of the £50 million player.
We can't. It's ridiculous because the thing is. I'm being a bit harsh with it. It's ridiculous because I understand fully where people are coming from, but I think you can't keep switching out players like this. What we meant to do, only have players who are 100% in form all of the time and hit the ground running as soon as they get here. It's in the same way that people, there was a subset of people who didn't like Anderson when he first came, or Arnautovic when he first came, or players like that who didn't necessarily hit the ground steaming. Now, I liked Anderson when he first started playing, but I know some people, for example, Gonzo didn't. In the same way Gonzo wanted to get rid of Arnautovic when he first joined as well. And I understand where that comes from. I do get it. But I feel like we can't just keep buying like our record transfers and then if they don't hit the ground running instantly going, no, we need to get rid of them. It's just a bit like we need to keep with some people sometimes, you know?
Yeah, it's that consistency. Nodge says I think we just had up the Nodge from
Sure, man.
Yeah, it's no. Nice to see you.
Oh, Norwich. Oh, it's Norwich. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then of course, come get involved. Get involved. Join the conversation.
We welcome all fans.
I was just very confused. I was like, what the hell's Nodge?
I was like, what kind of a response was that from you? You don't usually get that from you.
No, I'm all about it.
Into Antonio. Ooh, falls over.
A double collapse.
Oh,
a double
that's
collapse.
A free kick. That's a free kick.
Away fans always welcome. Away fans always welcome.
We're always welcoming. I mean, it is approaching half time.
Can I just say fair play to Antonio for keeping that down?
Yeah, he's
not quite Berbatov, but very good. He's growing. Tommy's growing on me, and I don't like it.
Who? Antonio?
A little bit. I'm not keen.
Even I think he deserves that new deal. Even I think.
I'm not that close yet, but
is it Noble? Yeah, Noble standing over the free kick.
Look at that hairline, primed and ready for a comeback.
Square like a Lego.
Oh!
Lovely ball in, and he's done it
again. He's done it again.
Get in, Antonio. Love that.
I tell you what. If we are gonna S house our way with set pieces for the rest of the season, I'm fine with it.
Oh no, is he onside? He's onside. Oh. He's on. Fantastic header. That was what he was always famed for when he first joined us. So how good he is in the air.
Fair play. That's good. Krul, you could argue the classic goalkeeper criticism here. Maybe could have done better. But to be fair, that's really well done. Decent. It's just the ball in is nothing spectacular from Noble. It's good. Don't get me wrong. Actually, it's better than I gave it credit for. Having seen the replay again now, but now incredible. But Antonio just rises and puts it into the right place. It's far enough away from Krul where he just can't reach it. Fair play. Fair play.
As we can see, all the West Ham fans on the Zoom call. A few of our friends are on there. I think Scott. I saw the Canadian Scott should have been on that today. I think I didn't actually take a chance to look in, but apparently he was on that.
I was just scanning, seeing if we could see anyone. I didn't know the Canadian Scott was going to be on there. Otherwise, I would have looked specifically for him. 2-0 going into half time is very good for us. It's very good for us.
Yes, listen. I mean, it's always that. He's going to be the talking point of the summer. Does he or does he not deserve a new deal? I genuinely think he does. Based on current form, I think he deserves that new that new contract.
I don't see a problem waiting a year. Is what I'll say.
Yeah, but no. I mean, argument as well. If we stay up, and it's largely down to the fact largely down to the fact due to Antonio's goals, and he's the only bloody world scorer.
Look at that through to 4 now.
Come on then, boys. 3 up before half time. 4 now.
The idea was there. Socek on the edge. Noble. Oh, Fredericks. Okay. Well, there was something there.
Frederick!
There was something there.
Fredericks has been woeful. Charlie, you've not changed the score.
Bloody hell, thank you everyone.
Charlie, come on. Even Maisie's like...
I'm not used to it.
She was like, come on now. I brought you the ball.
Listen. I put the scoreline in full faith that we weren't scoring, okay? And now we're scoring goals and I don't know what to do.
We scored, didn't we?
There we go.
Go. Have you changed it now?
I've changed it. Apologies, everyone. Apologies.
One job.
Good save by Fabianski. Good five.
One job.
Excuse me, sir. One job. How dare you? There's a lot more jobs than that I've got going on here. We've got to bloody sort out the timer in a second. We've got all this, bruv. But thank you for everyone who was keeping me honest with that. I did need to know because I had completely forgotten there was even a scoreline at the bottom of the screen. So I appreciate it. I was too busy sort of looking deep within myself for whether or not I actually like Antonio or not. Do you know what I mean? It's a confusing time for us all, for me specifically. So thank you for keeping me honest.
Eric says, how would the scoreboard work if a goal is under VAR inspection?
That's an excellent question.
The system will blow up, basically, is what we're saying. The system will just implode. And myself and Charlie will self-combust.
Half-time whistle.
That is half-time. That is half-time. We will let people flood in, because I know there'll be probably will peak over 200 viewers at half-time. To give our thoughts and opinions. Brilliant first half from the Hammers, though. Fantastic half. Samuel Richards, can you change the quality from the cam? Can you pause your stream at half-time, do you reckon, so we can try and get it? We'll set it up.
Yep.
Whether it makes much of a difference, I don't know.
The stream is paused. We'll see what happens. Samuel, basically, I'm doing a lot of things off my not great internet, and it's clearly not handling this very well. Usually it does, because we can separate it, because watch it on my phone. We can't do it today because it's on BT. Just problems. Just problems is what it is. Is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Nil up as well, which is a benefit. Right. Charlie, do you want to go first?
I'm really happy with that half. I think that again, I did say their style would help us, and what we've seen is when we've counter-attacked and broken into those spaces, their answer isn't to stop us with well-organised defences. Their answer isn't to stop us because they've got their stuff together. It's to just pull us down kind of cynically. And I understand that. I'm not against that as a style of football for us, let alone them. But what that means is that we've consistently got free kicks in decent positions, and we've got enough shots away to where we get corners consistently. It's not creating from open play in the way I would like, in as much as I would like, although we've created some decent opportunities from open play, to be fair. But I'll take it. I will take it all day. I'm very happy with that. Antonio and Bowen linking up very well. Again, when we look to go on the counter-attack, those two are usually running in and around each other. Fornell's catching up with them and stuff. I mean, it's been good. Genuinely happy. I think we look organised enough in defence. I'm not going to sit here and think we're doing incredible defensive work or anything, but we look organised enough in defence to where I'm happy enough. Tom?
Yeah, just Ben Davies. Antonio must have just scored for Ben Davies, as he in all caps. Antonio. Kevin Power, love that. Get involved on the Patreon. I'm new to it, enjoying additional content. You'll have a little mention of the Patreon. Don't worry, we'll get people to. We'll give them the roll call at halftime for the like and subscribe in a minute. And then again,
thank you, Kevin.
Somebody saying Charlie's stream is really good. Tom is a tabler.
Watch two spanners, one hammer. Sorry.
Tom is a tabler. Yeah, don't worry about that. It's just. There's a lot going on today, usually, but just because it's on BT Sport. But do you know what? Blame BT Sport. Blame BT Sport. That's what we say.
Let's go with that. Blame BT Sport. It's their fault.
Yeah, it's not my internet. It's just there's a lot of things happening right now on Charlie's computer. And
the computer can deal with it. It's just the internet. I can't.
It's the internet. Yeah. Right. Anyway, my thoughts. I thought that was a much better half. I thought we were a lot more positive. Do I still sound okay? By the way,
you sound perfect. You sound perfect. It's literally just the vision.
Okay. We were a lot more positive than we were against Burnley. We actually came out and we attacked and we finished our chances. And obviously, you're going to finish chances against a lesser team like Norwich. You don't defend as well as Burnley. I know somebody put it up there just saying that Norwich are going through the motions, and I completely agree. I think they're, thankfully for us, we played them at the right time when they know that they're down, there's no way to be coming back. I'm just listen, if we bottle this 2-0 lead now, again I'll say we deserve to go down, because it's just we should not be losing leads like this. I thought that Mikel Antonio has been absolutely fantastic, 100%. Give that man a new deal. I'm all for it, 100%. I'm all for it at this point. I really want to see him stay at the club, and he's completely changed my mind from a year ago when I didn't really want him to stay at the club anymore, and I didn't think he was worth a new contract. But yeah, I'm impressed today. It was just one of those games where you're not too sure what the kind of effort level is going to be from us. But I think we've absolutely nailed it so far today. I think the whole squad in general. The only one glaring issue I've had has been Ryan Fredericks, and to say that it's only one player that we can not rely on today in Fredericks, I think that is that is a plus, in my opinion. That is a plus.
I think if you look at Cresswell, I don't think he's been tested enough. But he's done whatever he hasn't made any glaring mistakes. Whereas there we go. Whereas obviously Fredericks has, and that's kind of the differences. I don't want to sit here and say like that isn't a problem, but it hasn't been a problem yet. But I don't think he's been particularly tested. Apart from that, though, I'm very, very happy with how it's gone. Very, very happy.
I think
I've seen some people, Irish Tommy, Clayton specifically. Irish Tommy was the person who spoke about Norwich going through the motions. First of all, I'll say I don't think they particularly are. I just think they're playing how they've been playing all season. Unfortunately, I don't think it's a case of them going through the motions. In that's just unfortunately their sort of level. But Irish Tommy and Clayton have both spoken about Noble's pace being a problem. It's always going to be a problem, but his passing has more than made up for it today. I mean, some of those crossfield passes have been really putting them. And again, when you're facing a team who are as defensively disorganised as Norwich have been today, having someone who can just ping a crossfield pass like that, inch perfect, all of a sudden puts the defence completely on the back foot again. It's just super useful. And I think his passing has made up for his lack of pace. I'm not going to sit here and say he's fast because he's not, but that's my opinion on it.
Perfect time as Eric says to play Johnson in the second half. I would agree. If we go 3-0 up and it looks like the game is secured, I would give Johnson an extra half an hour. However, it's David Moyes and we're probably not going to get a sub until the 80th minute, by which point Antonio's hamstring will have gone a twang. So yeah, but no, as a really, in terms of, in the grand scheme of things, it was a great first half for us, and obviously we happy at 2-0 up at the break. Whilst I have got 200 of you in here, please do make sure that if you haven't already, do drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps, obviously us, helps the channel. Just pipped over 12,400 subscribers this morning, so yeah, it's. What a great time to be not only a Hammers Chat subscriber, but also, Charlie,
Hammers Chat Patreon. This is the last time I'll do it for the rest of the season because the earlier in the month you do it, the better. Value for money for you. Obviously, I'll mention it. It's always in the description of Patreon. But in the month of July, there will be at least 27 Patreon exclusive videos from Hammers Chat for the mild Hammers Chat addicts and above. So if you subscribe at that level, you're going to be getting more of me. You'll get more of Gio. You get more of Gonzo. Tom will probably pop up again. You'll get a lot more of me. I do a Patreon podcast every week on there, 2 Spanners, 1 Hammer, which you can be a guest on if you become a subscriber of the Patreon at any level and you comment in the Patreon post when the next one goes up, which will be tomorrow. I've already got the guest lined up. Get excited for that. It's a good guest, solid guest, good lad, Pocky Punk, been in the chat a lot of the time. He will be on the show tomorrow. But yeah, just let him roll. But I won't mention it fully again because once you get past this point, come on. It's not as much worth of value, but have a gander anyway.
But yeah, can I just quickly say Geraldo Mendes says bom dia. If I know my Portuguese, or that good day to you too, Geraldo, is what I'm saying. In the chat, should we get some updated score predictions from you guys if you have any, and your thoughts as well? We'll read them out before we go into the second half in a moment. If I do the podcast and I go on the camera, I'm surprisingly handsome. Jez Bish, listen, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can come on the camera however you like. You can come on in a girl's clothes, you can come on with beard, no beard, makeup, no makeup, whatever. I'll say this, look, my co-host Ray, who is occasionally in these live chats for the watch-alongs and is always in the live chats, Ray Borum, he would enjoy you coming on no matter what, my friend. And then Tom, if he was the co-host that day because Ray's not available, would equally be hyped. Charlie, do you want to read out some score predictions?
I will. So, first one in, Fo Sheezy, 3-0. Big Fo. Agreeing with the boy Adam, who said that earlier.
I was going to say, is there an Antonio hat-trick coming this afternoon?
A lot of people mentioning it. Chris Hughton, for example. Not the Chris Hughton, I suspect. 4-0 Antonio to score another, and Socek or Bowen. So that would make a hat-trick. Jez, 3-0 for me. 4-0's hat-trick. Not quite possible, but 3-0. A 4-0's goal would be nice. 4-0's goal. Janus, Hugh, because I'm not falling for that. I'm not Gonzo. 6-9, come on you Irons. I respect it. I respect the dedication to the bit. the dedication to a bit. Rebecca, Ray is a beautiful man. Yes, he is. Not wired that way. If Ray, he's just a lovely man. I just miss him. I'm looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. Not wired that way. If Rice does get sold, who do you think the team should be built around?
Ryan Fredericks. No, I don't know at that point. I don't know. I really do think he is the spine of our team. So I don't know.
4 hours. There you go.
Do you need to say Jordan Hugo? Are you mad? Are you all right?
Oh, listen, you don't need to build around him, okay? You can slot him in anywhere and he does bits. Put him on the left and he'd be absolutely killing it today. Do you know what I mean? None of that square peg round hole nonsense. It'd be a beautiful, beautiful moment.
None of that square peg round hole thing, you know.
Adam says, don't appear in a shed. No comment. Jez Bish, I'll come on dressed as Hitler. Maybe not that way. Maybe not that way. I might have to pull rank on that one. But it is what it is.
Oh, sorry if you hear Maisie barking. My mum just got back and she's bound to bark. So if she starts barking, I will mute myself.
Fair. We all like Maisie here. It's amazing. It's amazing. And she's off. Eric Holster, Moyes to bring on a Yeti in the 89th minute. I won't believe it till I see it. I won't believe it till I see it. Rebecca, 3-0. I'm on it. Fair. Adam, sticking with 3-0. Fair. Sharp fitness look. Rio looking like Brutus from Popeye. I've paused my thing to try and help Tom's internet a little bit, so I can't see. But I'll take your word for it, and I would respect it. Not to help Tom's internet, sorry, to help Tom's vision.
Yeah, it didn't do anything.
No, I know it didn't. I'm scared now. If I click play again, it's going to get worse. Chris Houghton, I've not been this excited watching West Ham in a long time. Sad, isn't it? Sad, but we're here. Hammers Down Under, when did Antonio score a hat-trick ever? Has he ever got a hat-trick for us? That's a good question. I don't think he has. He's not.
The last player to get a hat-trick would have been Andy Carroll, surely, against Arsenal.
That's a big shout, and probably a correct one. Did Arnautovic get a hat-trick at some point? No, I don't think he did. I think he only ever got 2 goals.
Can anybody tell me, am I right in saying that? Was he the man to last get a hat-trick for West Ham against Arsenal in a 3-3 draw? Let me know. Happy birthday, Tony Cotty. Oh, it is Tony Cotty's birthday today, isn't it? Yeah, happy birthday, Tony Cotty.
Shout out. Good man. Jez 3-0 was my guess. Just changed Fornals hat-trick to Antonio. Fair. Okay, I see what you're saying. Apologies. That was my bad, Jez. That was my bad. Go on.
Irish Tommy says about is Souček our box-to-box midfielder now. I would agree so. I reckon he's been the midfielder we've been
he was always a box-to-box midfielder, in my opinion.
Yeah, but when we were like, oh, we need to sign a good midfielder, I think excuse me, sorry, apologies. I think whereas he is not necessarily the household name everybody wanted. He's gone under the radar, and I would say he should be that player now. And when we sign him permanently in the summer, he should be starting, and especially if we keep Rice as well. I think they will grow as well next season. If he's as good, if not better, next season, I mean, we're on to a winner really. I think again he's been a revelation.
I think the truth is when we signed him, the easiest thing to say was Fellaini, and I think the more we go on, the more that becomes true. Is the guy who's going to play sort of deeper than a Cam might say, for example, but he'll put in the effort at the back end and will get forward and get into those positions, and he's been doing very, very well at it. And that's how I assumed he also played at Slavia, is because he popped up with a lot of goals, and I think that was partly why, because he was playing that role similarly. So be it box to box, I believe he was a box to box to begin with. It's more just a case of will Moyes actually do the right thing with it.
Al Dante Jedi, aka Natty Aldonis, what a name that is. He says, who scored the second? Mikel Antonio has both, my guy. Seaside Hammer saying 2-2, Fredericks and Cresswell. Is that own goals then? Highly possible. Highly possible. As it looks like the second half, it is about to get underway.
Yes, I've restarted my stream because it didn't help at all. Thank you all for watching. We really do appreciate it. We'll be live the entire time throughout the second half, and then come join us right as full time happens, and then we'll spam the link in chat for Gio and Gonzo's review, which will be live just after full time, in which we will, so you don't have to do any effort. No effort, Tom.
I'm just looking. Yeah, mathematically, Norwich would be down if we beat them this afternoon. Because 3 games to go, 9 points. It'll only take them to 30. Currently, Watford are on 31. So yeah, Norwich are down this afternoon if we beat them. Ellie _ says Campbell should be coming on soon. Yeah, 100%. Maybe that Daniel Farker. What does he look like? I just love when he talks as well. He's very, very German and.
I like Daniel Farker.
Yeah, it's very, very softly spoken for a German. Halle has some minutes, obviously, for West Ham as well to come on. But I think if Norwich are going to change the game, Campbell coming on would be good. Early corner, though, from us, which is always nice to see, Charlie.
Yeah, love to see it. You just love to see it, Tom.
With West Ham, sometimes, it can be a little bit tricksy. We always have one good half and one bad half. That's what I always used to say years ago. It was always one good half and one bad half. Stephen Jones said, "What would you say West Ham's best midfield trio has been?" Mine is Brooking, Bonds, and Padden. Showing my age. Now I did this shameless.
Plug it.
With Russ the other day with My Hammers 11. Subscribe if you haven't. Does an absolutely fantastic show. Don't know if he's watching today. He is. He did the first ever live version of My Hammers 11. Charlie's done it. Gio's done it. Gon's done it. It's always been pre-recorded, but we did it live the other day. So go subscribe to Russ if you haven't. And he, with his best 11, you always have to make sure that you have been alive to see the best 11. You can't just say like, I couldn't pick Brooking, for example. I couldn't pick Moore. I want Moore and Peters and all those types of players. So in terms of the best 3 I have seen together at West Ham, it's got to be. But the thing is, there's been times when we've had 2 strikers as well. Like Rio Coca, like Zamora and Harewood or something playing together, Surely the best midfield was Lampard, Carrick, and Cole. I would agree with that.
I probably yes, but I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, exactly. I think for me personally, I know it feels weird because it's annoying because we are still, in the grand scheme of things, young. Like 25 and what are you 26 now? 25?
I'm 26 now.
You're 26.
Thanks for that, Tom.
Yeah, I would probably have to say the Payet season. I'd have to go Payet, Lanzini, and who else was with us that season?
Noble.
Antonio.
I mean, if you're talking about midfield, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because again, we play up until the sort of later years. We've always been a sort of.
It's Todd Cantwell's haircut. Jesus.
We've always been a two midfield type thing, a four across. So judging a 3-man midfield is quite difficult, isn't it?
Yeah. In terms of best bit, I would say the Payet season with Payet, Lanzini, Noble, because I think Noble that season.
His best season.
Yeah, it was talks of an England call-up and all that sort of stuff, which never sort of came. But and I know you would say, young uns for choosing that, but you have to remember that as Pookie goes essentially through, you have to remember, we were talking about this last night, weren't we, Charlie? Dimitri Payet was 17th in the Ballon d'Or season. You have to realise how ridiculous that is.
We were chasing top 4 until the last day of the season.
Yeah, and fair enough.
Top 4, and we were chasing a top 4 FA Cup final, and one of our players got 17th in the Ballon d'Or list. I appreciate when, obviously older fans have had it a lot better than us. Let's be real, with the players they've had and everything else.
The older West Ham fans have had it better because they've actually seen us win trophies and seen the better players, unfortunately, of the yesteryear. But I would say just because I think in a day and age when really you have to realise how good what Payet did. That season, I just don't think any West Ham player is going to replicate that for another however many years. I just do not see it, and that's why I would say, even though you would say that the midfield 3 potentially of like Lampard, Cole, and Carrick, technically as a 3 they were better in terms of seasons. I think that Payet first season of Lanzini and Noble were just beyond anything we've seen for quite some time at West Ham. I think they are all were immense. But yeah, what about you, Charlie? Sorry, that was such a long-winded explanation. As Fredericks goes in, you saying there?
It's the one thing
As
he's
he's-
ever done that was useful.
As he's been he's been tackled by West Ham's future left back.
I mean, it's just that's Fredericks down to a T. He's got that pace, so he can cause those problems, even if it's not.
People saying Mascherano in the chat realised that Mascherano, even though he turned into an amazing player, was seen as Hayden Mullins' understudy at the time.
Yes.
So, again, fantastic player, but just never got a look in, really, and then became a Champions League winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, Charlie, go on. What do you say?
I would agree with you. What about Song, Kiyate, and Stuart Downing? No, I'd probably agree with you, to be fair. Although that midfield actually deserves more respect because it was very good. The one with
Song, that first season was unbelievable.
The one with Song, Kiyate, Noble, Downing on the tip of the diamond. That was a decent midfield. Stewie D.
I remember being at Burnley away. Was anybody there that day? Do let me know. Burnley away when we won 3-0. And I remember that tip of the diamond. It was just like top 4 at Christmas. It was just what a season. Valencia, Sacco, all on fire.
Well, for the first half of the season.
Some of those away games when we were really bang on form, it was what a time to be alive that was.
Carl Jenkinson marauding up the right.
Yeah, exactly. That was the best time to watch West Ham. I remember being at Stoke, the 2-2 over at Stoke. I mean, again, results.
My favourite season as a West Ham fan is the season after, with the first season for Bilic, obviously. That's my favourite season supporting West Ham on a personal level, just because it was so damn good. So I'd probably agree with you, but yeah.
Watford have scored a penalty as 1-1.
Okay.
Jesse Lingard's just typed in the chat, would you want me at West Ham? No, Jesse.
Well, hang on. First of all, Jesse, thank you for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. We're here for every single game. For the rest of the season, just want to give that a shout out, because obviously if Jesse Lingard's here. Tom, you were saying no.
Yeah, no, 100% no.
I would take Jesse Lingard if we needed him, but we don't. So.
What, for like 150 grand a week?
Well, obviously not. Obviously not for that price. I'm saying if we needed a player of his role, then I wouldn't be adverse to Jesse Lingard as a footballer. I think he is our level, but we don't. But simply put, we do not need him because we have Fornals, Lanzini, Robert Snodgrass. We have a lot of players who play his role that we don't need him for.
Who was our midfield the season we went to the FA Cup final? Other than who was in that FA Cup final team starting in midfield for us?
It's a great question. I did watch it when they were showing it over lockdown, but I can't remember for the life of me.
Rio Coker,
Mullins, Everington, and Yossi Benayoun, I think.
Yeah. See, again, another technically gifted player with Yossi Benayoun.
I love him.
And Rio Coker as well. I mean, I love Rio Coker. I thought he was a fantastic skipper for us when he was there. I was really upset. I remember because obviously I was quite young at the time, but I was really upset when he went to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I've just looked at the live chat and I didn't mean to.
Okay, well that means there's going to be a goal either way, because otherwise you wouldn't have mentioned it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You wouldn't have mentioned it otherwise. Well, let me put it this way. I just hope it's for us.
For who?
I just hope it's for us. Noble, over the top. Antonio running through. Antonio, please do something.
He's got a hat trick, bro.
Oh, there we go. There we go. He managed to fluff the 1-on-1, but it still went in. Thank God. You know it's a good day. It's a good. I'll change the scoreline now. I know it's a good day when he fluffs his lines and still manages to go in.
When he's onside there, he is. That looks like Closer's tried to come in and play him offside, but hasn't. He's through on goal. He's 1-on-1. He fluffs the 1-on-1, gets the rebound, heads it up and over the line instantly.
Not to diss him too much because he's just scored a hat trick.
Yeah.
That first shot was horrendous. He basically passed it at Tim Krul.
In the most Antonio way of getting a hat trick ever.
It was, but
that makes him the top scorer on the season for us, does it not?
Yeah, he'll be joint top goal scorer now with Haller. Yeah. Both on 7. Both on 7.
Oh, can we see? Is Scott in there? Is Scott in there?
I can't see. Hammerhead was in there. I did see that.
Yeah. What a I think he's honestly what season he's having at the end of the season. I think
he's been since the restart. He's been great. My opinion is not changed, but since the restart, he's been excellent. Fair play to him. Fair play to him.
You did change the score instantly, was that I heard?
I did change the score. It's already there, bruv. It's already there.
Okay. The timer's working okay. We've had no faults.
No faults, bruv. I've been on point with it.
You've been good. You've been brilliant. Ben Davis again showing how far he is behind. Adam says, "I'm sorry, your top scorer was on 7." Yeah. Do you know what though, mate?
Yeah,
I'd rather have an exciting season and have an end to it like this than watching just shite from Arsenal week in, week out, which you get to see. It's just, yeah. I love you, Adam, but I'd rather this excitement than watching Arsenal just mug themselves off week after week in a bid to think that they're going to get top 4. Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's just some interpersonal rivalry there. That was a...
Sorry. As Adam is a friend of ours. It's not just me randomly going at someone. Yeah. I just, yeah.
Sorry, he's putting in joke in the chat, and I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it. What a day that was! Shout out Rocket League, mate.
The smell of shit of you.
Yeah. Who got the assist on that? Did we see?
I'm quite sad now.
Sorry, babe. Sorry.
I'm sorry, mate. I do apologise. Love you, really. COD tomorrow night.
Who got the assist? Do you know? I saw the
Diop assist today.
Was that Diop? Oh no, Diop got the assist from the header for the first one from the corner.
Yes.
It was a midfielder. I think it was either Noble or Souček. I did not see.
Let me just double check so we're not being the worst watch along of all time.
Tom is cyber pulling me with his pixel face.
Sorry, mate.
Good times. Scotty Parker workhorse, even Dowie put a shift in, but technically woeful. Who's that remind me of?
Hey, listen, what's his face was in my team.
Oh, Ben Davis on the 57th minute. Same Ben.
Mark Noble.
I thought it was Noble.
Scotty Parker was in my team. I absolutely love that guy. It's just a shame that everybody around him in that time was just not good enough.
What are you talking about? Kovac.
Radoslav Kovac.
Get him in.
What a man. Oh yeah, no one will have got the assists now because Antonio fluffed the 1-on-1, or does it still account to the same assist?
Ray Borum, my host from Two Spanners One Hammer. If he doesn't use all 5 subs today and save some players, I'm going to be super mad. I mean, Ray Force, you are not wrong. Now's the time. Let's get Wilshere on. Let's get some minutes for Wilshere. Let's get some minutes for Haller. Let's get some minutes for Johnson. Do it.
I want to see Johnson, Ajeti. Is Zande Silva on the bench today or no?
You read the bench, mate, not me, but I suspect not.
Ooh, okay.
I suspect not. I suspect not. Only because if we've got Haller on the bench like last time, I suspect Silva didn't make it.
Yeah, I would love to have seen him play today. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up on Rebecca. Adam, if I want to do an impression of Tom, I'll just sit here silently drinking overpriced coffee. You're the posh one here. You are the poshest one here. Ridiculous that you would even... Ben Davies, Kovac, the worst West Ham player I have ever seen. Charlie, not happy with that sentiment.
Well, Kovac isn't one of my boys. I don't really have much of a vibe for Kovac. He was outdone by Thomas Hitzlsperger in those...
dear Hammer.
In those vibes,
dear Hammer.
There you go, Mr. Peter Hammer, no Silver on the bench, lads. Thank you, Peter.
Shame that. Real shame. As Cresswell, defended. Do you know what? We have played superb today.
We've played much better.
Where's the vase? It is next to me. I do have my overpriced coffee here in my hand, though.
It is probably overpriced, to be fair.
Good ball from Cresswell there. See what he
Fornals
can do.
Lays it out to him and he puts it into a decent position. Again, I saw some hubbub on Twitter about the idea of potentially playing Masuaku because he's just better going forward to try and put Norwich to the sword. And I don't know if Masuaku is any better going forward anymore, if we're being honest. Like he dribbles. He obviously is a better dribbler, but apart from that, I don't think he's better going forward. You know.
Decky Rice. I just there's the love I have for this game.
It was only
the
a
love
minor,
I have for this team.
It was a minor hubbub, not a big hubbub. A minor one.
I think Noble's been excellent as well today. I would argue Noble's been man of the match for us today. Why would I say that when Antonio has a hat-trick? I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Antonio is man of the match for us today. Behind that, Noble, I think his passing today has been top level. I think it's been superb.
I agree with his passing. I don't know if I'd put him up for a mad match, but his passing has definitely been very good.
Yeah. The thing is, though, you can play Noble, which is the argument if we got relegated, he'd be good in the Championship because you can play against this sort of team.
Sorry, that flick through for Norwich was ping. Good save, Fabianski.
Was that Buendia or what?
I think it was. Just a little roll onto one foot and then flick it round. Here, look at this.
Lovely,
lovely.
Lovely.
There's Steeperman to what's his name? Hernandez.
Is that Vrianic or Steeperman?
Don't diss mine. Listen, I'm the Norwich knowledge here. The Norwich knowledge.
And Norwich has been
up the notch. Up the notch. I've got so much. I like Norwich way more now. I know you can call them notch. Oh, 4 nows.
Hello, 4 nows, you tricksy little boy.
You tricksy son of a gun.
You tricksy little boy. Bollocks Tom Noble hadn't done anything until we went 2-0 up and Norwich lost interest. Yeah. Two assists potentially today. He did have the assist for the second with the free kick and stuff. I'm not saying that he was best player on the pitch. His passing today was better.
You did call him man of the match. So at one point, you literally called him, by definition, the best player on the pitch.
I didn't mean it like that. Stop! You're digging me out. He's not man of the match because obviously that's Antonio, but
sure.
But his passing ability today is brilliant. Has been brilliant.
Clayton,
you didn't say anything. Let me just get my pen out. And your memory.
Yeah. This is not the watch along you're looking for. I think his passing's made up for it.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't necessarily. I saw Clayton and obviously Irish Tommy was another person at halftime who was talking about how he potentially started slower, which is fair enough. Whatever. But I don't really mind about growing into a game, and he's grown into it perfectly. I'm not going to call, like I said, I wouldn't call him man of the match, but I do think he's played very well.
Okay, there you go. There's Noble at his worst.
I mean, to be fair, he didn't have many options there.
Cheers, Marky boy. This would be the kind of the only fault I would have from Moyes today is if he doesn't make a substitution. If he doesn't make all 5 subs, I'm going to call him out, as Norwich have 2 subs coming on.
Cantwell and his solid haircut and a dye.
That is an injury. Do you know what? The only reason I would not watch or want us to sign Todd Cantwell is because I've seen him in live streams and talking, and I actually think, tell me if anybody thinks the same thing, but I actually think that Todd Cantwell is a massive bell end.
I disagree. I think he just doesn't care. I
genuinely think he's a massive bell end.
My stream is now significantly behind.
His attitude is just woeful. I don't like him.
I think his attitude is brilliant. I think it's just he can't. I think it's just when he talks to the media, he doesn't care. I think his attitude-wise, he's absolutely like everything I've heard from him. I was listening to the Tifo Football podcast this week, in which they discussed Norwich, and the journalist they had on from the Athletic Shock was talking about his attitude and how, like, when Maddison left, he basically went to manager Farker. He went up to Farker and said, "Look, don't get anyone. I'll replace him. Let's go. Let's do it." And apparently he's been working insanely hard constantly. I think he has this vibe in the media.
Yeah, I just don't know the way he presents himself to the media.
I don't really care how people present themselves to the media. Like,
really,
but I don't really care how people present themselves in the media, because you see people who are like great on Twitter but are terrible at football. And it's like, okay, well, I'm not really fussed about it.
I don't know. Maybe because he's just young and just the way he acts. I don't know. I just don't like the attitude he gives off.
It's
It's
it's the Pogba thing, right? Where it's like people don't like the way he is, and I'm like, well, I don't really care how they are, to be honest. Like, because he's not a dickhead in the sense of like no one has any problems with him on a personal level. And if he wants to present himself like he just doesn't care about the media, which is fair enough, then so be it, you know.
It's in the same way. It's like if you watch Erling Haaland's interviews and stuff. He's exactly.
Yes. I like Erling Haaland's interviews. To be fair, they'll ask him a question. He'll just be like, "Yes."
Tom says, "I don't like the way you present yourself, all pixelated and that." It's not my fault.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
It's not.
I mean, it's a beautiful irony that the week you actually get upgraded internet,
I know
this happens.
It's you that has ruined me.
It's not just me. It's not just me.
Yeah, I know. Look, the subs need to come on now. If we need a fit Antonio for the final few games of the season, take him off now. There's
literally no reason to have not made substitutions yet. There's literally no reason, and yet he still hasn't done it because he's David Moyes. I would say I'm shocked, but I'm not.
I'm not. I am not shocked. Hamadan under. Tom looks better pixelated, less wrinkles. Listen. Are you listening?
Listen. Are you listening? Okay.
These crow's feet, or whatever they're called, yeah. Don't stay up to stupid o'clock.
Hang on, Tom. Let me full screen you just to make it worse. There we go. Look at that. All of it.
Fully pixelated.
Now, what I want you all to do in the chat is I want you to look at how crisp and beautiful the template around Tom is, and then compare that to the pixelated mess. It's Tom's webcam currently. What time's we left?
Somebody says none of our players look particularly tired. Says Miggsy. Antonio's been smart this game and not run after lost causes. Yeah, I don't think he has to now. I don't think he has to anymore.
Diop going more holding. I agree with you. I don't think anyone looks super tired. Antonio always looks tired, but that's just because he always is tired. But what I would say is this. There's no harm in resting them. You don't have to wait until they look tired to sub them off. Do you know what I mean? Get them off now. Preserve them even further.
Just give some players a chance. Give. And Norwich about to make 2 more substitutions. Just give.
They are 3-0 down. To be fair.
Just give Haller just like 20 minutes to just get some legs under him. Do you know what I mean?
I understand the frustration of Norwich doing it first, but they are 3-0 down. You'd want them to make substitutions.
Just give the players that we may potentially need, like your Bowen, like your Antonio, your Součeks that have been playing really well. Just put some bubble wrap around them. Just save them for. Look, I think we all can agree the Man United game's a lost cause, but I still think we need potentially 1 more point out of this game, if not 3 points. I think we need between 1 and 3 points. So more result.
I'd sub off Declan Rice.
Yeah, like we need 1 more as for now. I just take off those players that we know we need to rely on, just potentially if we need a result. Like I said, the Watford or the Villa games, it may come down to we don't know. We can't rely on the other results, even though every single result seems to be going our way at the minute. We can't rely on those results. We have to do our own little bit. So, yeah, just put some bubble wrap around them and just Oh, actually, I didn't realise they're making 4 subs at once. Nice.
You love to see it.
Just
Never listen. This is the sort of exciting things you don't get in a non-corona world. 4 subs. 4.
Have you seen though that they're talking about keeping that next season beyond like the corona stuff?
I mean, given how stressed that season's going to be, and then leading straight into an international tournament, it's not the worst idea.
Yeah.
I don't really mind about a substitution thing, to be honest.
I do love how, like, even though we're 3-0 up and everybody hates David Moyes, the only one thing that we can all collectively complain about is just subs. It's just all we see in the chat is just subs, OMG, listen, subs.
Realistically, look. Look. You get Antonio off, get Rice off, get anyone else who's even close to being tired, get Bowen off, get Fredericks off, and just give some people out there. And I know, listen, the thing is, with Rice, is I would get him off because he was looking a bit leggy there. And it's not a situation where I want to see Noble come off, but
in David Moyes' mind, he's so sus with making changes because he thinks we'll lose the game or end up drawing it.
Tom, can I just get a quick time check from you while we're in the water break? Hydrate him.
69, Mir, 34, 35,
Okay.
36. Yeah, I have nothing to rehydrate myself with, but
Yeah. I didn't have the double. I wanted the double pint glass, but obviously, given the fact I had breakfast halfway through the stream, I've had my cup of tea and orange juice on the way. So,
I mean,
still
looking at
solidly hydrated.
it's Lola is very, very critical of Moyes and does not for any reason want Noble to be killed today on the pitch by the heat.
By the heat in Norwich, because as previously stated, the sun is beating down on the Norfolk City.
On Swatham. Shout out Swatham. I've got some family that live there.
Genuinely a bit confused. He hasn't made a sub. I'm not gonna lie.
Rebecca, I think Lola and Rebecca would have a fight to the death to see who would be first to carry Noble off the pitch.
I wouldn't back anyone against Rebecca in a fight over Noble.
Rebecca would vehemently defend him to the day he dies. Athos Harbour says, which players do you feel Norwich will be a good or interesting signing for West Ham?
Do you want to start, or should I?
Oh, you go for it. If you go for it.
So the players in general that I would want from Norwich, without really considering anything, would be Aaron's, Godfrey, the left back whose name's just gone out of my head.
Lewis.
That's it. So I don't know why that went out of my head. Lewis, Cantwell, Buendia are the main people I would like from Norwich in general at West Ham. But who signing as a different prospect? Signing would be Lewis, Aarons, and Lewis. Yeah, just those two. They would be the two I would sign.
I personally would. Fullbacks mainly. Lewis, Aarons, Buendia. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. I don't know how you haven't yawned once. We both went to bed at the same time. Yeah, Lewis, Aarons, Buendia, and Godders. But not Campbell, as I stated already. I think he's a bit of a bell end.
I would love Cantwell here, and I think, especially Tom, what I would say is go and listen to that Tifo podcast, because actually it's very interesting, because Norwich are a very interesting club right now, but also B, I think it will give you a different perspective on Todd Cantwell. But what I would say is this: the only reason I wouldn't want Cantwell or Buendia, the only reason I wouldn't sign Cantwell and Buendia is we just don't need them. I don't think we've got too many players in that position already. You know?
Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm gonna reserve my thoughts on Todd Campbell, because maybe I'll go listen to that podcast.
You should go and have a gander. Go and have a gander. It's decent. So decent. Listen, I do like Tifo, as you know.
Listen.
As you know, I do like Tifo.
Ball in from Antonio.
Sort of lazily in with his left foot. I respect it.
Lazy.
He just don't do fuck all.
70. Oh my god, Charlie swore. Fredericks. He's done it again. Miguel Antonio is on fire. Who would have ever thought? He now is West Ham's top scorer in the league this season.
Half of his goals this season have come in this one specific game.
Change the ball, by the way, before you forget.
Eric, best fullback in the league. Yeah, probably.
I'm a loss for words. A great position to pick up from Antonio. Good finish as well. Little deft little. What's happening, Charlie? What is going on?
Right, I want to say. Right, let me talk about Antonio for a second.
In the game.
What I've said over the last two games about Antonio is that what's impressed me most about Antonio isn't his technical ability, because I still don't think he's got it. It's the fact that looking for Scott. Oh, I can't see him.
I don't think he is on that.
Nah, shame. What's impressed me most is that he's gotten into good strikers' positions, and that's the thing we always criticise, Arnautovic for, right? was he wasn't a striker. So when it came to strikers positioning, he wasn't there. He was unbelievable on the ball. Given the ball, he can pass, we can get round for a couple of people and bang it in top bins. But he didn't have that strikers positioning. Antonio has showed he's had that strikers positioning since the restart, and that's something I've been really genuinely impressed by. Is all of his goals have been a lot. Well, the headers today are a bit different, but all of his other goals have been ones where he's got into the right positions that a striker needs to be in to get the goals, and that's super impressive to me. Fair play.
Fair play as well to Daniel Farker, who already came dressed in black for his funeral today, and it has remained that way.
The worst thing is, I don't. It might not end here. I think it probably will end 4-0, but
double hat trick for Antonio.
Oh my god, we've got at least 2 people coming on, Tom. I've just seen 2 people stripped off and ready to come on.
Surely not. I mean, it's taken to the 75th minute,
and 4-0 up. I think it's Haller and someone else.
That looks like Yarmolenko, maybe.
Get Antonio and if it's Yarmolenko, get Antonio and Bowen off.
I think it may be Wilshere. Didn't look tall enough to be Yarmolenko, so that looks like Haller and thingy. But I still believe that waiting till the 75th minute is embarrassing from Moyes. That's the only negative I have for him today.
What a pass by Declan Rice. If Ray Force is in the chat, get hyped because I believe it's Wilshere.
That's what we need now. Is for potentially the last few games maybe of Wilshere at West Ham. So enjoy it whilst you can, Ray.
I mean, I don't think he's leaving. I don't think he's leaving. No one else is taking him.
Is he out of contract this summer or not? No, he can't be, obviously, because it's okay. So I take it back. Yeah, no, he ain't leaving. I apologise. No. I got it confused in my head. He's got a year left, is it now, on his deal?
Yeah. It might even be 2. You know, he might have signed off 4 with an extension for 1. West Ham clips, new graphics, and West Ham score 4. Not a coincidence. I agree, clips. Me and Tom staying up late last night doing the graphics has clearly helped. You're welcome, everyone. I personally have influenced Mikel Antonio to score 4.
Can I just say, if you haven't already, go and just follow West Ham Clips on Twitter and just watch his alternative commentary, because it will make your day.
I don't even know what you're going to do today, Clips. I'm not going to lie about it.
Oh my God, Mark Henry has scored 4. Yeah, if you want to go watch, because I think this is going to be the Mark Henry special episode for Mikel Antonio.
Somebody go and get the ass kicked. Somebody go and do it. Oh, pick him up, beat him up, break his neck. What a song. Love Mickey Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
Haller is on with a smile, which is always nice to see.
Antonio inducting everyone into the Hall of Pain. What a man. Come on, let's get...
Love that. That was actually nice. I like to see that. James McLean is on. Is that James McLean? Is he playing for Norwich?
I don't think so. I think wasn't he playing for Crystal Palace or something?
Or Stoke.
Stoke, yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, which McLean was that? Just before I get completely confused.
It's not James.
It's not McLean.
Beat him up, break his neck. Adam, why is the border green and not, say, blue? It's the Premier League colours, Adam, because it's the it matches the thumbnel.
We went for matching thumbnail vibes.
Rebecca, okay, listen, Charlie, I picked the colour, so you know. Listen, Rebecca deserves some credit as well. She can have one of Antonio's goals. I'll have the rest of them. Ignoring the fact Tom literally did the work. Here's what it is. Christopher Ward, I think you need to update Moyes' live sub count graphic to 2. There you go. That's what we put in the bottom right, is live sub count, as in how many subs has Moyes actually made in a day.
I like that. That is nice. I can't. Do you know? I've even kicked my feet up for this last 12, 13 minutes. Let's just get. I'm relaxed today, Charlie.
It's a calmness. Hang on. Let me just. Are we fine? Look at that. Look at the knee. Look at the knee.
I just enjoy my pixelated knee.
Beautiful stuff.
If you do, let's seeing as we're 4-0 and this game's pretty much dead and buried. Let's talk about some fun things in the chat, shall we? Let's Like, do you remember the other week when we were talking about things that David Moyes does?
Yes.
Like, that was genuinely hilarious.
Oh yes, 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 I do remember that.
What was the thing again?
I can't even remember. It was just a bang. They were all bangers, to be fair.
I don't know.
David Moyes is the kind of guy to blank.
Oh, Cresswell! Oh, it's offside. What an idiot.
Do you remember when I said he's not... You remember when we were talking about Fredericks and we were like, Fredericks has been the only liability, and I said, well, Cresswell's not really been tested. He is offside. He's safely offside. Pookie pulls it through, and... It's just pathetic by Cresswell, isn't it? It just really is pathetic.
Well, Cresswell's an idiot. He's just an idiot.
Fonda, Watford winning.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother us necessarily, because I think, again, if Bournemouth and Villa both lose this weekend, it further pushes them. The big game then becomes Watford-West Ham, and I think the winner of that is safe, 100%. I'm just trying to think without clicking off massively. Let me just quickly go have a look at BBC Sport, see what it does to the live table.
I mean, really nothing, because Watford is still out of the relegation zone. So it would take Watford from being on 28 to 31?
Yeah, so we're both on 34 points. So with that to play, we're still 6 points ahead then of Bournemouth, and we are
it does nothing.
7 points ahead of Villa. It does nothing. That doesn't. The fact that we're winning today as well. If we had lost today and Watford had won, then it would be like, oh shit. But yeah, I
will say this about bringing on Haller: don't let him go left and right like Antonio was doing, which I've just seen him do. Stay central, my G. Stay central. Stay gold, as Ronda Jules once said.
So yeah, I'm not too bothered anymore about that. If anybody's watching the cricket right now, can you tell me how the cricket's going, please? Another 2 substitutes.
Mate, get more shook. Masuaku.
Oh my word!
Where is it? I saw it. Where is it? Migsy, not Masuaku. No, 5-4. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Let me. I want to create a straw. I want to create a straw poll.
Create a straw poll, bruv. Yes, this is what you love to see. Name another stream that does this nonsense. No one. No one. We've also mostly spoken about football today, which is rare for us. So is it 4 nows? 4 nows for... Oh no, Bowen. Okay, Bowen. Bowen for Yarmolenko, 4 nows for Masuaku. Yeah! Mate, he's bringing on Masuaku as a winger.
The hell.
Fair play.
Alright, live chat. Little task for you.
Way too late, but it is what it is.
A little jump in that straw poll. Let's see. I would like to see people's opinions on this. Legitimately, just click the link. It's a safe link. Don't worry. It's just about Antonio, whether or not he deserves a new deal. I just want to see what people's opinions are on that. Yeah, just do that. It's just a 2-second thing. It doesn't cost anything. I just want to know what you think on Antonio having a new deal. The votes on it. Whether there are still some of you that say no to that.
Nick Swire Thompson, how's Haller been? He's come on. He's not really done much yet, mate. That's not criticism of him. He just literally hasn't had the time because he got subbed on so late. Oh my god, Tom! I don't want to excite you too much. I can see another person about to come on. We are going to make all 5 substitutions.
My word.
Now, did it take him until the 80-something minute to have made 4 of them? Yeah, maybe, but, you know, it's happening. It's happening.
Somebody clicked the link and it said error 404. You should not. Oh, it might be because I put 2.
You miscopied and pasted the first 2 times.
Yeah, I miscopied and pasted. Try and get the first link. Because I probably copied and pasted twice. There's still 3 people in there that would... 14 people at the minute saying yes. 3 people would still say no.
Yeah, I'd say no still.
And one of those is probably Adam. Because he's an Arsenal fan.
Well, he's also correct.
I honestly, I'd love to know people's reasoning now. If it's the same as Ryan Fredericks with just gay abandon, just diving in, ready to break legs.
Fair play, Ryan Fredericks. again, it's the one thing he's good at. It's because he's got the pace, so he's so out of position, but he can get back into position if he needs it.
I love how I've just described Ryan Fredericks diving in there with gay abandon.
It was a beautiful. It's all of a sudden turned into the Great Gatsby in here. I did appreciate it. I don't think it went unnoticed.
With gay abandon. I need to be. It's Lola says, watch Antonio not be in team of the week. Yeah, that'll be typical EA Sports. Or they'll make him like left forward or a daft position. If I was still playing weekend league, I'd want him as a red pick, but hey, that's besides the point. Jack Wilshere with a terrible Barnet.
It's not good, is it? It's
no
not great.
Fade whatsoever.
No fade, no design, just no vibes.
His missus has done a job on his hair.
People are starting to react to the 5th substitution now. I can see
dear.
the chat lighting up.
Who is the 5th substitution?
I don't know. We've not had a zoom in yet. The chat probably just have. I've been seeing it at the top. But...
Is it? Jezbish says Antonio could do a job at Man United cleaning Greenwood's boots. Hey, Mason Greenwood, what a talent!
Yeah. Baller.
What a talent! England's future looks bright.
Raja Rajput, do you guys reply to this chat? No.
Never. Yeah. Apparently it's Balbuena that's coming on.
That sounds about right.
England's future with Foden and Greenwood specifically, it looks bright. It looks very, very bright. Some unreal talent in this. Yeah, defensive sub to secure the win, says James Gunn. Yeah. It can still all go awry from here if Cresswell and Fredericks are still on the pitch.
The stream has crashed.
Yeah, as did mine then for some reason, which is not a good sign.
No. I've tried refreshing it. It's nay working.
It is nay working. Let me just type in Reddit soccer streams. Just find any of the first links. Sports TV Portugal. Go on UPIT if you can.
Just send me a link when you get one.
Oh, there we go. It's working on MVC. It'll have to be on Discord.
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to click off, do
No,
you?
I'll do it. I'll just.
If the stream crashes, it's been real, guys.
It was Tom's fault. You put it in there now, yeah?
Yeah, it's in there now.
We should be fine. I think we're fine.
I love how it says Norwich will be relegated if results hold. It still may not hold.
I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. Okay, I've got a stream.
Rebecca's just put a stream in there for us. Very impressed with how bad Norwich have been. Is that a thing to be very impressed by? I'm very shocked that they've just kind of what feels like they've just rolled over for us almost.
It's exactly probably it's exactly what I said, right? They don't have the they will tack, and that will create the spaces for us to go into. Antonio's third is a key example. I mean, he was just sprinting through from the halfway line completely unopposed. And the thing is once you go a couple up, they can't afford to just sit there and accept it. They're going down. They have to give themselves as good of counter as themselves as possible. So it just makes sense. It is what it is. It sucks for them, but it's a sad reality, unfortunately. Can I just say I'm impressed that I'm using... This is a total nerd thing to say. I apologise. This is purely for Tom, really. Tom, I'm using less CPU than I have been for previous streams. I don't know how. We've got twice as much going on, and yet I'm using less CPU. What a time to be alive.
Bloody hell. I know there's people on Twitter I'm looking at saying that they are worried because Watford are winning. I don't see that as a problem. I just think it creates that separate... I think it really does start to create that separation between us.
Honestly, it doesn't matter at all. Bournemouth and Villa are the two we've got to worry about. And we face in Villa. Watford
If we
winning
beat-
doesn't really do anything for us.
We beat Watford, and I think we're safe. I genuinely think we're safe. I think we need one more point, really, and I think we're safe. Apparently, Mark Noble's game by the numbers from Statman Dave. If none of you thought that, he was good today, 89% pass accuracy, and we know it's Norwich. But even still, 89% pass accuracy, 8 chances created,
Which is
5
huge, by the way. If you're not someone who looks at stats a lot, 8 chances created is massive. Sorry, Tom, carry on from there. I spoke over you.
2 out of 2 tackles, 1 foul, 1 and 1 assist. Obviously, because the one thing he didn't go. 8 chances created is humongous. Really good display. I thought he was absolutely brilliant today. In terms of chances created and his passing ability today, maybe his legs are going. Maybe he wasn't the racist in that respect. But I still think his passing today has been absolutely superb, 100%. And I'm glad that those stats have come out. The only problem is it is against Norwich, which is obviously our main issue, unfortunately. So, yeah. Quickly, whilst there are 190 odd of you in here with us, nearly 200, which is unbelievable. We thank you very much. It's a rare occurrence to watch West Ham win on a Saturday lunchtime, but
on a sunny day in Norwich.
If you can, what a sunny day in Norwich it has been. But just before Gio and everybody else goes live, I know I am pixelated as hell right now. I've just seen the live stream. Do drop a like on the video for us. Subscribe if you haven't, and all that good stuff. Really helps us out. Really helps out the streams. I mean, you guys have been so supportive of both myself and Charlie. I think that we don't think we really expected the sort of support we've had actually from these watch-alongs.
Not at all.
They've been really, really good. So yeah, just drop a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't. I mean, even the subscribers, Charlie, isn't it? It's been mental. For
I think in the last stream we had over 4. I think we had like 46 subs just over the course of our stream, which is completely and utterly mad. Just completely and utterly mad.
Yeah. I mean, like the last few weeks has been. Last few weeks has been absolutely brilliant, and you know, Gio and Gonzo help us towards allowing us to do this, guys. But it's giving us the platform to stream for you guys. But yeah,
first of all, Jeffrey Stelly came for Charlie, stayed for Tom's beard. I stayed for Tom's beard growth as well. Second of all, Fosheezy, £5 super chat. Thank you so much for Sheezy. Antonio for Hammer of the Year. Tom, your opinion?
No, he misses out just for me, just because I think Declan Rice, I think Declan Rice, I think, has been on another level. Although it's between now, I think Ogbonna and Rice.
Tom, could you just do me a favour while I answer that and get the link that Gio's just put in the chat to start spamming it for everyone as we come to the end of the game? For me, it would still be Deck or Ogbonna, but fair play. If it was just a player of since the restart, I would say Antonio. I think he's been brilliant since the restart, like genuinely brilliant. As the referee blows his full-time whistle and it's ended, Norwich 4. Norwich 0, West Ham 4.
Norwich 4? Bloody
I'm
hell.
so confused and scared by the situation. I didn't know what to do with myself.
I think Cameron Regis says Deck, Ogbonna, and Rice. Yeah, Deck, Ogbonna, and Antonio is what I meant there. But yeah, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye, I guess, isn't it, Charlie?
It is. Tom, if you start spamming it once again, thank you to everyone for joining us as per usual. Subscribe and like if you enjoyed, of course. We will be here for every single game for the rest of the restart. Up until the end, we'll be back for the midweek game against Watford, which will of course be big game. Click on that link now to go across to Gio and Gonzo. Thank you so much for watching. Tom, any last words just before we go?
No, just again, thank you for the support. Thank you for everybody that joined today. Obviously, a lot of our regulars are in there, and we'll see you all for Watford. But thanks for a great day and a win for West Ham. So yeah, everyone stay safe.
A great day, a sunny day in Norwich as it ends out. Norwich 0, West Ham 4. Thanks for watching. See you next time.